the noise coming through, but
Was it really open last week?
Yes.
yes, because you can't close it with the TV in the way. So.
Kyle's just gonna have to work. Oh, never mind.
Oh, hey. There we go.
We do this every
We're live. Yep.
Hi.
It's so surprising. How did we get here? Hey, everybody. Welcome to Overworked Nerds. This is a show about a bunch of friends that get together every week and play Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Kyle. I am the DM. And before we jump into tonight's episode, we have some announcements, as per usual. Jimmy.
Alright, what's up everyone? I'm here to remind everybody that we are all on social media, so stay connected with us between the streams. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Overworked Nerds. Catch up on all our past episodes on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. We have an incredible Discord community as well. We'd love to have you join on the server. All the links to our social accounts are on the About tab on our Twitch profile. So we hope to connect with you on all of our social platforms very soon.
Yeah.
Speaking of one of our social platforms, do you want to dive as deep as this V is getting? Because you can dive real deep as a patron with benefits in our Patreon. That's right. You get live Q&A sessions, behind-the-scenes content, even Patreon-only Discord channels where you can chat directly with us, as well as your own Discord title. Right, yep, title. Show off your support. Go over to patreon.com/overworkednerds and become a patron with benefits and see just how deep the V goes.
Stop!
Is it? No. Is it still a shirt? Or is it like...
My mom's calling. I have to go.
I gotta go, actually.
I don't think I'm allowed to hang out with you guys anymore, actually.
Oh my gosh. Alright. Liz, you have some announcements.
I do.
Yep.
Oh no.
Do you ever find yourself frustrated by rogue dice, disrupting your game and causing unnecessary stress? You're not alone. Many gamers experience stray dice syndrome, SDS. But there's hope. You see this? There you go. Next Gen 3D Creations offers a solution. Their high-quality 3D printed dice trays are designed to contain your dice, reduce table clutter, and improve your overall gaming experience. Crafted by a gamer with over a decade of TTRPGs, thank you. The dyslexic person here should not be reading all these acronyms. These trays are made with care and understanding. Side effects may include increased gaming satisfaction, fewer lost dice, and a newfound appreciation for tabletop organization. Some users have reported an uncontrollable urge to purchase additional trays for their entire party. If you experience these symptoms, it may be time to head to the link that Jimmy's going to drop in our chat. And use the code. I was
Crushed
gonna go
it.
for it, and I was like, I can't. It's not going to go well. Use the code OverworkedNerds20 for 20% off your purchase. Next Gen dice trays, because a contained roll is a happy roll.
You know what really increases player satisfaction?
Ask your
timing.
DM if Next Gen 3D Creations is right for you.
Woo! Alright, Clark.
I want to know
Oh.
what it would sound like if we all rolled.
Yeah, I'm supposed to talk about something.
You, there should be a sheet of paper somewhere
I'm just
in
kidding,
front of
Kyle.
you.
It's all good.
My
Did you say the F word yet?
Oh yeah, we can.
A closet shithead.
Oh,
You don't ever
I don't
expect
think it's
it,
in the
but he's
closet.
there.
No, I
closet. Good.
Well, you've known me
God
for
dang
a
it.
long time,
This
Liz.
is true.
Yeah. It's,
All right, folks. This Wednesday at 8 p.m., you can join Kyle, Finley,
People.
and myself.
Yep.
Yeah, people.
Mhm.
For XP and Chill,
Humans.
our new streaming experience that has been going on for a couple weeks now. From Overworked Nerds, where we enjoy popular video game titles together online. This week, we are diving into Larian Studios' award-winning RPG, Baldur's Gate 3. Diving almost as deep as the V.
Almost.
Ooh. Finn.
But not quite.
Not quite that deep.
The game that is still sweeping the world off its feet. So come hang out with us and see what Gizzard the Lizard Wizard gets up to this week.
That's the name of my wizard.
That's what you chose?
Yeah.
Gizzard the Lizard Wizard.
Gizzard the lizard wizard.
Amazing.
Mage hand.
I don't want to be alive.
I don't think you could say that on Twitch.
Oh
Actually.
no.
What?
Strike. All right. So, enough with the announcements and the deepness of the beat.
Enough.
Let's go ahead and jump into tonight's session. Last time, our adventurers arrived at the jeweled city of Arendor. Upon their arrival, Captain Alara recommended they find accommodations at the Lucky Lamia Inn. As they made their way through the bustling streets, a sudden, thunderous explosion echoed from up ahead. Rushing to the source, they discovered the ruined remains of the Laughing Dragon Tavern. With injured citizens scattered outside, as they began to assist the wounded, a female elven figure approached the scene urgently. A paladin warrior by the name of Ainsora, who had been training at the nearby arena of Arendor. She quickly joined forces with the group to bring the situation under control. Unfortunately, a quick search of the tavern revealed that everyone inside had perished in the blast. After interviewing the few witnesses present, the group learned of a suspicious figure who had been seen fleeing north toward the library. Mordark and Azariah slipped into the shadows and began to quickly track down this individual. Meanwhile, another witness reported seeing someone on a nearby rooftop wearing a distinct pair of gleaming red boots. Azariah and Mordark arrived at the library's upper office just in time to witness the figure threatening none other than Dante Parnell, the lore keeper of Arendor. However, Dante's guards swiftly intervened, killing the assailant and efficiently cleaning up the scene. Dante then invited the pair inside for a brief conversation, during which he hinted at a dinner party that was to occur later that evening, where individuals in need of skilled adventurers might be present. After regrouping and securing accommodations for the night, the party decided to send Ainsora, Poppy, and Marcus back to the library to further investigate the figure with the red boots. They made their way upstairs and approached the door to the room across the hall from Dante's office. And just as Marcus reached for the door, it suddenly flew open out of his grasp, and that is where we pick up.
Yeah, and immediately my reaction was to just punch whoever was on the other side of this door.
Okay.
I can't take backsies that now, so.
All right, go ahead and.
Wine bottle in hand.
Going for the punch. Go ahead and.
Left hook.
I'll say make an attack. This will be a disadvantage just because you are kind of in between the door. It's kind of like halfway open, so you do have a little bit of cover.
Those were actually both still pretty good. And let me find out what my bonus, if anything, to hit is. I'm not prepared.
What's the bonus of a wine?
Well,
plus, yeah.
no, it should be
DC.
unarmed attack
Bonus.
bonus, which I don't have proficiency in, so it should just be my Dex mod, which is 3.
I mean, wine
Okay.
bottle is just
So,
going to spill all over
yeah,
your
I got
hand.
a,
and you're just gonna slip.
A 14?
Yeah.
So as you swing through the barely cracked door, or it's open a little bit, but the figure is still somewhat like obscured behind it, and they quickly like duck out of the way of your punch, and you hear a voice, "Whoa, whoa! There's no need for violence here."
Sorry.
You all see the finely dressed human male, short black hair, cleanly shaven face, very handsome and regal in his appearance, with a keen intelligence in his eyes. And you notice Marcus as he dodges the blow, he glances at you and kind of takes stock of you. And as he does, looks past your shoulder. "Oh, Lady Arcadia, what brings you to the library? Is there something I can help you with?"
Possibly. Let me consort with the others of my party.
Very well. If you don't mind, these are private quarters, so I would ask you to either step into my office if you need to confer with me, or at least see your way back downstairs into the library.
Okay.
I want to look down and see if he's got red boots on, or
Yeah,
if I can see into the room at all, see if there are like red boots that he's taken off.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh no, that's not good at all. I had a couple of glasses of wine. It's like a 5.
A 5. I'll say glancing down his boots is easy enough. You don't see him wearing red boots. He actually has a very like intricately designed pair of like brown leather shoes that are just kind of like loafers. And like I said, he's dressed to kill, man.
Do they look like round the house loafers or?
They definitely
Are these like slippers or?
No, you can tell that he's got on attire for a get together.
Okay.
Yeah, he's very formally dressed.
Yeah. Hey, sorry. Didn't really mean to, swing at you. You just shocked me when you opened the door. I didn't know anybody was gonna be in there.
I didn't think anyone was coming into my crafting studio either. So we were both surprised. But no harm done. Please. The lower library is open to you all.
Actually, could we talk to you just for a minute?
Well, certainly.
Okay. Can we step in, or do you want to do this in your office?
Why don't we do this in my office? This room is quite a mess. And he kind of like pushes past you and closes the door, locks it. Right this way.
I wanted to see in that room sometime.
Yeah, I'll say if either of you wanted to try to like look past him in the room as well.
Yeah, I would like to. I was like, I don't know if Kyle's kind of insinuating that we can't. Is it perception?
Yep, it would be perception.
23.
Take that.
20. You said 23.
Yeah.
All right. So, kind of like peering past him a bit, and you can't see the entire room, but what you do see is a wooden table that upon it is a mass of books and papers that are kind of loose. There's a quill and pot for writing, and you see there is next to this table a mannequin with a very dark black cloak on it. The cloak has a set of pseudopods that kind of dangle from the neck down, and you see at the end of each one there's these sort of like collection of like spiky extrusions. Also, you see on the table, amidst the papers and the notes, there is a very beautiful longbow, ivory with, you can tell sort of like gold inlay, and it seems as though, say, you would guess.
Control your nostrils.
Stop breathing right now.
I'm trying to control my drooling.
Beautiful longbow. Breathing intensifies.
Do we know this person's name?
That's
I've been here
what
the whole time.
I was gonna say. Is that since I obviously know this
Yes,
person?
you know
do I know
that
their
this
name
is-
and what all do I know?
This is Dante Purnell. So this is the lore keeper of Arendor.
Oh,
that you're
okay.
I
currently
was
speaking to.
thinking,
So he does shut the door, lock it, and moves to his office and opens
What kind
the
of
door.
shoes is he wearing?
We already.
Oh my god. We got that.
Poppy
already.
got
It's
distracted.
Just brown.
She was like,
They're not
Loafers.
slippers.
See right
We
here.
got it.
loafers?
And he's a short, black, handsome, regal, keen intelligence person.
You wrote down so much.
Short
Marcus
fuse.
didn't notice any of that.
This is I don't know how to feel about this person.
Is his office
So-
right across the hall? from
Yes,
the bedroom?
it is right across. Yeah.
So we're following him to his office, right? Or
Yeah.
have we?
He is
Because you
currently
look past it, so you have all that information.
Yeah.
He walks
just gonna
across,
keep a mental note.
goes into his office, and he does leave the door open, and then goes and takes a seat at his desk.
Okay. I'll follow into his office.
All right.
Yeah.
So as you all come inside, he offers you to have a seat, and I don't believe that we had anything scheduled for today, but this is the second or third visit, so I'm used to it. What can I do for you?
Well,
I didn't get that far.
so you're,
We just arrived.
Oh,
but he,
Well,
he
welcome.
knows me.
He
as
knows
well.
you.
And so since they were arriving, I was showing them the library so that they could learn more about our city.
Wonderful. Thank you for thinking of the library and your grand tour.
Of course.
I'm sure there are many other places that you could have gone that are less interesting, but you chose correctly.
Is there anything that you could share with them that they maybe should know?
He takes a moment, kind of goes through his desk, through some notes. There's so much. It's difficult to say. How much time do you have? What do you want to know about this wonderful city?
Well, I actually had a question about some of the guilds in the area.
Oh, I see.
I'm looking for work,
Okay.
and
Trying to decide if we want to, move to the city, what it would be like, school district, work opportunities.
Of course. Yes.
DM.
Yes.
I as drunk Marcus want to try to remember if I know the name of the guild with the red boots.
Sure. Yeah, good. Just roll a...
Were you drunk? He was walking
Yeah.
and drinking them.
I should just assume that it's
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
he punched up.
Just do like a
Oh,
D20, and above 10, you remember.
Okay.
Do you actually remember?
He just barely remembers.
Okay. So,
Why
yeah.
don't- after you tell me the name, then we'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you if I remember.
All right. So it was the Artificers Guild, which
Yeah.
was, that was told to you by
Obviously.
Ansor.
That was exactly what I was going to
Obviously.
say. Yeah, so the Artificers Guild is kind of what I heard about and was interested in and didn't really know a whole lot about, and maybe I could find out more information here at the library, but, if you could save me some time sifting through some books, that'd be cool.
Oh, well, if you are interested in the inner workings of the guild, then I would propose you visit and speak with the guildmaster, but I can tell you that the guild here is one of the most well-regarded in all of Eldoria, so you won't find more skilled craftsmen and those who seek to bend the arcane arts and meld it with the mechanical and scientific. I would be beyond myself to speak any more about it, though.
Really?
What do you do here in the city?
Oh, well,
You seem like you must be important with an office. and all
this
that.
is what I can tell you about the Artificers Guild. It was founded here in Arendor by one Leland Barand over 200 years ago, and they have since created many of the inventions that help to run our city and other cities, to additional maritime technological advancements.
Would the, because, technology and stuff's really not exactly my thing, but I kind of heard that they were looking for some hands to hire, and I'm a good sword if it pays well. So, anything about that?
Well, if you're looking to be hired as a sellsword or adventurer, the nobles of this city are actually holding a somewhat of a get-together, a shindig, hosted by Lord Thaddeus of Ericum, who is the head of the Merchant Guild in Arendor, one of the most prominent and powerful figures in the city. He will host this dinner this evening, and there are plenty of heavy coin purses that are looking for daring individuals such as yourself.
So they're hosting an event this evening, and we would have an invitation to this?
I believe that I could muster an invitation, but you are with one of the nobility of our city, so you would probably be able to get in on her accord.
Is there anything that you can, or can you tell us where the guild is headquartered?
You would know where it was headquartered. Einsora. So the Artificers Guild headquarters. Actually, if you look on the inside of your
Yes.
notebook, there is a city map.
Well, Dante, we don't want to take up all your time today, so, I mean, thank you for saving us some time looking through books and stuff. I don't read so well.
Oh, that is quite unfortunate. Very, very sad for you. But
Just
if
never
you have
cared.
any questions ever, just feel free to stop by and visit. An appointment next time might be better. My
Yeah, you seem like a busy guy.
My secretary is actually downstairs. She is the first office on the left when you enter the library. So, if that's all, I will return to my work for the day.
Name of the tavern that blew up.
The Laughing Dragon Tavern was the one that blew up.
Well, if you ever want a drink, you just come down to the Laughing Tavern. I'm sure we can have one there.
Oh, well, I'm not sure how I would contact you. Where are you all? Are you
I'll
staying?
probably be in there all the time.
Oh, wonderful. Well, if I happen to have a free evening, maybe I'll swing by and come and meet all of you.
You should.
Wonderful. Well, I must get back to my work.
Can I look around the room and see if there's anything like what I can see?
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check.
12.
12. So you quickly notice. You have some.
I do. You have a feat from your eyes that you can decipher whether someone is good or evil, has good or evil intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or no, it's if they're good or evil.
Okay, I got you.
But I've already met this person,
Right.
or I already know him,
Okay.
and we found out last
I got
time.
Okay. Cool. I wanted a little memory jog for me.
Yep.
Careful, don't wear out your memory. I'd be awfully tired from that jog.
Everybody takes 2 points of psychic damage. On this one. All right. So you look around, and with a 12, you immediately notice that there are like 3 large portraits in different sort of like poses, sitting in a chair, kind of legs crossed, hands crossed, hand on chin thinking, all scattered throughout this office that are of Dante Purnell. And between each of these, there are ceiling height bookshelves that reach up about 12 or 14 feet each. So it's a pretty like high ceiling in this office. The desk is beautifully made, handcrafted, and the chairs that you all are sitting in are also like look very, very expensive. They are leather with wood and some bits of like silver filigree. So you get the sense that this office is like been
You said
designed.
that he has papers on his desk, right?
Yes.
Can I just try to see if any names stand out or anything like that?
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check.
20.
20. So what you see on his desk is a scattering of notes. One of them talks about a cloak and the sort of like a bulleted list, if you will, of what's been discovered or what's been uncovered about the history of this cloak. And it is an account of a item known as a cloak of displacement that Dante is currently cataloging for records in the library. Some of his notes talk through the features of what this item can do, and it also, some of his notes are like kind of scrawling little bits of like history about it.
How's his handwriting?
It's very neat where it intends to be neat, and then kind of like in the outer edges, he's almost got like a shorthand kind of code to himself. So you can see like what appears to be maybe like a date and a location. So you're assuming that he is tracking where this item came from and how it came to Arendor.
Can I tell what the date is, or no?
Yeah, so you see that the date is 1422, the 3rd of Sun Peak.
Okay.
So that was like 13 years ago.
Yeah, so gives you the idea that as lorekeeper, part of his job is to research, but also catalog, and there may be either a backlog or this item might have just recently come into his possession, and he's doing a bit of background research to better understand it and keep track of it.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, the rest of the papers that are spread about his desk don't really stand out to you. There's a memo about the dinner party this evening. There is also a note from his secretary that is basically someone stopped by to see him. So, and there isn't a name attached to this note.
Okay.
But
Does the library have open hours during the party? That's something I would know.
you would know that the library would be closed during the time when the party's going on. So after 6 p.m. is when the library closes. So right around like sundown is usually when they close.
Perfect time for a heist. All right. So if there's not anything else.
I think we should take our leave.
All right. Well, like I said, feel free to make an appointment to stop by anytime. Lady Arcadia, always a pleasure. Please tell your father I said hi.
I shall.
And I hope to maybe catch a drink with you all at some point.
So I think we leave the room and we close the door behind us. And I think we should try, if we can, I guess we should all roll for that, but sneak around and like try all the doors on our way downstairs, since he's in his room, his office, so.
I'm Sora.
Well,
God.
To continue looking for the red-booted individual.
there are
Did
layers.
he
to
seem
me,
like
I'm
a
not gonna-
threat? Did it feel like...
Make an insight check.
Okay, sorry. I know that I also, I kind of walked through that.
You're good.
Insight...
Oh yeah.
18.
I think I was
18.
specifically inciting when I mentioned the tavern.
Okay. So when you ask him about the tavern, yeah, you can make an insight check.
You're like, the tavern. Meet us at the tavern?
What was the name
Do you
of the
know?
tavern?
Yeah.
Nanny,
5.
did you know?
5. When's the last time you saw your dad?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't even remember having a dad. He could be my dad.
He could be your dad.
He could be your dad.
Oh.
You get father vibes.
It's the same with every old man. Hell, same with that Dragonborn.
Yeah. Papa, you get an 18.
Yeah.
So with an 18, you
How dare you? Take away my
I'm trying
from
to
my
assess
dad.
the risk of is this somebody who I'm like, yeah, I'll continue pushing the envelope and trying doors, or is it like,
yeah.
we should get out of here?
I'd say with an 18, he doesn't feel dangerous. He seems very calm, collected, very confident within himself. But you don't get a sense that you're in danger by any means. You do think that if you were to push the envelope, you might create an annoyance and maybe possible trouble with the city guard. Like he seems like the type of person that would ask once or twice, and then after that would,
Okay.
Maybe we should just not push our luck and come back some other time.
Let's try
Also say-
one more door.
With an 18, you also don't get the sense that he feels threatened by you.
Great. Let's try one more. What happens when I gamble? Huh?
All right.
I win.
Oh, no. You can stealth for it then.
Oh,
You
no.
wanna?
Oh, I take it back now. I can sleight of hand a door.
Okay. And then where are you all having this conversation about?
Oh, I am
We
just
took a few steps. We closed
Yeah.
the door behind us, took a few steps down the
as
hallway,
quietly
and then
as
paused.
possible.
And
All right. Cool.
Not even attempting to raise my voice at all. I don't want anybody to hear this.
I understood. Yeah, Marcus, go ahead and make a stealth check.
This is on you.
And where are you? Are you going back to that same room?
Okay. 16.
16.
I'm going like as far down the hall as I can. I
Okay.
want to try one of the ones that's basically at the staircase.
Gotcha. So continuing down, the next door is unlocked, and you open it. It reveals a room that is literally filled from floor to ceiling with old tomes and scrolls that are kind of lining the floor, and there's also shelves. So it looks a bit unorganized, but this seems to be like an extension of storage for the library.
Good. Happy. Books. It's a library. Let's go.
is there anybody in there?
Uh,
You didn't ask.
make a perception check.
The more you roll, the worse D&D gets.
No. Not with
19.
next gen 3D dice
19.
trays.
That guy gets to.
Oh, well.
No
You
free ads.
do not see anyone within this room. It is all books, parchment.
Can we go now?
I have a question. On the parchment, is it plain parchment or is it like library stationery? Like a header?
Well, if you go inside,
Oh, Marcus is in there. We're not in there. Sorry.
you can go in there if you want to. You kind of,
It's just a bunch of dusty books. Knock yourself out. I'm going to go down the stairs.
Fine. We'll
Yeah.
we'll just leave.
it didn't appear to be marked. It was just sort of random assortments. But yeah, so you all head back down, exit the library. Azariah and Moradar, what are you two doing while they're?
I was just trying to
Well-
hold it.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm currently escorting my passed out companion up the stairs to his room.
Okay.
Yeah. Had a little too much.
Yep.
Again.
Did a little. And not the lightning kind of.
But after doing so, I'm not going to stick around. Make sure he's laying on his side so he doesn't choke on his own vomit.
That is so cute.
Cute. They're besties.
Save his life again.
Yeah.
You know,
Hold his scales back.
maybe pick a couple of them.
Oh.
No.
I'm
don't
pretty
do
sure
that.
I said the next person who picks my skills, I'm gonna lightning breath them.
You did.
But you don't know.
I'll find out.
No, I'm not doing that.
I always find out.
What's the current time of day?
So we are rolling just past midday at this point.
Day.
Leland brain.
I guess I have to take a little nap.
You can go ahead and take a short rest.
Wait it out.
Yeah. Your condition is going to remain until you long rest, but you can short rest if you need to recover any abilities or anything like that.
Okay.
Cool. So you are babysitting more dark?
No, I'm not going to baby.
Okay.
I'm going to work my way back downstairs, check in with whoever it is that I would check in with down there. I'm assuming the barkeep.
Okay.
Make sure no word has been left for us
Gotcha.
before deciding my next move.
Cool. All right. So you head downstairs. You check in with Andrew. She is the keeper of this establishment. Oh, hello. Can I help you with anything? Do you need fresh linen or anything? Towels for your friend?
He very well might need those at some point.
Gotcha. I'll fetch some rags and I'll bring them up for you.
That'd be great. Thank you. Has anybody left any word for us?
Oh, well, no, I don't think so. No one's coming for you. But if they do hear anything, I'll be sure to let you all know immediately.
Okay. That would be fantastic.
All right. As you begin to walk away, you hear the door open to the tavern, and you kind of like glance back over your shoulder, and then you hear a familiar voice call out to you. Azariah. The familiar orcish voice of Rodnian comes into your ear. It has been quite some time. Come, sit with me, have a drink. Ma'am, please, 2 ales for me and my friend. We have some catching up to do.
I was not prepared.
You fool.
I turn around with a bit of a shock in my face. Not exactly expecting to see him again so soon. Thinking that he had not noticed me before. I walk towards him and say, how did you say this?
Rodnian?
Rodnian. So good to see you. I did not know that you noticed me earlier.
Well, I noticed your familiar ways, and so I started to do a bit of digging and found out that you were staying here.
Resourceful as ever.
Of course. Well, I can't help but ask. Are you possibly looking into or investigating the explosion?
A little bit, yeah.
I see.
We've just come into town, and well, actually, the first thing that happened was a huge explosion.
Yes.
We showed up to check it out, and we were attempting to pursue someone that was fleeing the scene.
Ah.
Me and my companion, who's indisposed at this time.
Oh, was he harmed, or did you do battle?
You could say that.
I could say that, but can you say that?
The type of battle that typically happens after we've won.
Ah, I see. Your friend fell prey to merriment. Wonderful. Well, come, let us do the same. And he slaps you on the back. Takes a seat in one of the booths.
He's a strong guy.
Yeah, he's a burly chap.
Very strong guy. Yeah. Take a seat with him.
He sits, raises his mug, and then places it down, and he kind of like takes a serious moment to lock eyes with you. You know, we never really got to speak following the incident with your father. I know that this was a difficult time for you, and none of us blame you for leaving the Hawks, but knowing that you were here in the city, I wanted to make sure that I came by and at least said something, because you are someone who I admire greatly, and I know that the world has wrapped your path in shadow, and strangely enough, you seem to have embraced those shadows, but are you okay? How are you holding up?
I'm good. It's been some time. A lot has happened since then. I was going to seek you out later on, so I'm glad you came and found me. It wasn't exactly the best of ways that I parted with everyone, but our party that was seeking down raiding party that killed my father, we succumbed. We did not win that battle. And it took
So
me...
I heard.
I was saved by another individual, but it took a long time for me to recover.
Who was this mystery individual who saved you?
DM?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember his name.
You were never given a name by this individual. They cared for you and they helped you out of your what would have been your end. They rescued you, but after that, never shared a name. Just sort of silence and someone kind of keeping a quiet vigil with you as you kind of process through in a difficult time. You know, it is good to see that you have found some companions and are not traveling by your lonesome. It is a hard world, and I also wanted to beseech you to every once in a while to seek the light and look for your healing there, because the shadows may be comfortable, but they will not bring you anything that will make you truly whole again. What do you think of these new friends? Do you trust them?
I do trust them. Not quite on the level that I trusted my friends in the Hawks. But our relationship is new and recent.
Yes.
I have been traveling alone for quite some time, seeking out various things, but most recently got word of where I might locate my father's bow and was tracking that down when I came across these individuals.
Wonderful. Well, I hope that they are able to assist you on your journey, both for your father's bow and for whatever else you might need to find.
I believe so. I'm hoping that I can help them on their journey as well.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Azariah, you're a good friend.
And so are you. In fact, we could probably use your strong arm. if you can free yourself from your duties.
Well, you see, I am a government dog now, so takes his beer, chugs it. Speaking of which, I better get back to work. Also, be careful investigating. The City Watch already has this under its jurisdiction, so unless it's in an official capacity, I would recommend not sharing that you are investigating this. Otherwise, next time I might have to arrest you.
Well, maybe you can save me the time and effort and willingness to investigate further and answer a few questions.
Sure.
We witnessed an individual wearing red boots. What can you tell me about an individual wearing red boots? That seems to be a pretty popular thing. I think I heard that they might be a member of some guild.
Red boots. No, not the guild. The red boots are the metal walkers. That is the design of the artificers. They make these, what do you call, the automatars. They are very, very creepy things. They walk about like puppets. Very weird, but in some cases useful. Most people who are very rich keep them as what you say, like a housekeeper or an assistant. But yes, that is Red Boots.
So these automatons aren't a part of the guild. They're just
No,
pets for people who can afford them.
they are of their design, yes.
Good to know. Last question.
Yeah.
I had the potentially unfortunate opportunity to meet a curious fellow.
Oh.
Went by the name of Dante.
Oh,
What can you tell me of him?
the
He left
Lord
me
Keeper.
feeling uneasy. Which is
Well-
kind of hard to do these days.
I mean, Lord Purnell is a upstanding citizen as far as I know. He's a noble of the city, the Lord Keeper of Erendor. Very, very important, and I don't think there is anything, nothing I know of that would be concerning. Why do you say this?
As I said, I just crossed paths with him, and he was left me feeling unsettled. I just kind of wanted to know more.
Well, if you know something that the Lord Keeper may be doing that is not above board, then let me know. This is not something that I would bring directly to the city guard. I would talk to someone that you trust, but yes, I don't think there is anything that I know of. So,
Okay.
At what point does Andrew come in to do towels and stuff like that?
So during their conversation, you, in between hurling, you hear the door crack, and she kind of like slips in. Oh, sir, I got a few rags for you and bucket of cold water.
Cold water.
Brings it, sets it by the bedside. She walks over to the window, like kind of draws the curtains, so brings the room down, darker.
down.
Yeah.
I assumed it was already dark and she pulled it open. I was like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, this is good. This is good. Thanks, Andrew.
Of course. If there's anything else I can get for you, just let me know.
Do you have anything that sits solid on a stomach?
Oh yeah,
Is it
absolutely. And she goes back to the door, brings a tray with some bread, and she's like, "This should help. Some bit of rye bread."
Thanks. I'll be back in tip-top shape in no time.
I hope so.
Anything crazy going on downstairs?
Oh, your friend, he's having a chat with one of the city guard, Rodney. I'm assuming they're old friends. They seem to know one another.
Old friends.
Well, what looked like to me.
There's no way he's in on it. Because we just filled him in. Maybe he's just getting more information. Do they look friendly?
Yeah, as far as I can tell, they seem like old war buddies. You know.
All right. I'll ask him when I feel better.
All right, get some rest. She softly closes the door, leaves. Rodney stands up from the table and begins to walk towards you, places a hand on your shoulder. You take care of yourself. And again, if you need anything while you're here in the city, don't be afraid to ask.
Where would I find you?
I'll either be on patrol or at the guard barracks. My district is here near the southeastern side of the city, so
Great.
in and around the arena and all of that.
Fantastic. I will do that. And last thing,
Yes.
where do you go to pick up your equipment these days?
Myself, I go to the guard barracks because they have sort of standard issue weaponry and
Oh, I
things
know
like
you
that.
don't just use standard issue.
But I could connect you with a certain individual who is, shall we say, not on the books that may be able to acquire some special weaponry for the right price.
I would like that. And I'd appreciate it.
Of course. So, if you go to the Serpent Spine in the outer limits of the city, go and ask for an individual named Kriv.
Griff?
Kriv. Kriv. It's the accent.
The name fits the accent.
But I did not send you. You have found him all by yourself. Understand?
Understood.
Also, whatever you purchase from him, do not get caught with it.
Well, that's good to know. So many questions. So many questions.
Well,
Thank you, Rodney. It was
absolutely.
good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Glad to see you are doing well. All right, back to work. He heads out the door. All right, so back to the three of you. You are outside the library. Where are you heading now?
I would have been heading back towards the tavern to like update.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Can we look around us though first, while we're running, and see if there's anybody following us?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
20.
20.
9.
9.
14.
14.
9's not necessarily bad.
So with 20, you feel pretty sure that you are not currently being followed. You feel confident in that.
So we should just go back.
Yeah. I feel bad that we don't have much to share. I feel like we
It's
didn't really
not
learn
necessarily
much.
true.
No.
We got an invitation all on our own to this event, which means we're no longer connected to our friends.
How nice is this event?
It is fairly nice. The person putting it on, as Dante said, he's a pretty high important figure in our
I should
city.
probably not go then.
Maybe just like douse yourself in a bucket of water or something.
I don't like that at all.
I don't think you can smell anything anymore.
No.
It's just the smell is just burned in.
Is smell a part of perception?
It is.
Yeah.
You've got a very low perception.
Only for smell.
Only for smell. Burn those. Burn that nose.
Those senses are torched.
So
All right.
we get back.
Yeah, I think
So, as you all approach the Lucky Lamia Inn, you hear the calls of a town crier screaming through the streets. The Laughing Dragon has been destroyed. Sir Thaddeus has decided to graciously cancel his dinner and calls all able-bodied men and women, invitees, and anyone else to come and assist with the cleanup of the Laughing Dragon to help restore this establishment to its former glory.
Wow, that's very philanthropic. Are most nobles pretty generous to the city?
that's a good question.
You can make a history roll.
Okay.
Say it with advantage because you're...
Nine.
9. It's not a difficult question to answer directly. You know that most nobles are selectively philanthropic, and your father included knows when there is a good opportunity to make a profound political statement, and those that remain in that upper echelon are very keenly aware of those moments. And so, let's say with a 9, that's about all you.
Okay. nobles know when to give.
I see. Well, I mean, hopefully all the people who are going to be at the dinner will still be. Will they show up to?
They're not going to be at the dinner.
Yeah, I'm
Cancel
saying. Yeah, he's saying that he's asking everyone who is going to be there to come help clean up the tavern. So hopefully we'll still see all those people if they still come.
It just seems odd to cancel a dinner to rebuild a tavern.
I don't really know. This is not my kind of thing.
Me neither. If it was my money, I wouldn't spend it on a tavern.
Well,
I mean, the
just spend
Abbey's
it in
been
the
very
tavern.
supportive. I mean, but that's in a small town. It would have been in bad taste for them to keep having a dinner if something just burned down in their own city. So
exactly.
I think it sounds like the nice thing to do, to not celebrate while others are mourning. But I mean, I also understand that nobles aren't always as they seem.
Who knows? Could have blown it up. Could have blown it up himself.
Wow.
You
Where
never
did you
know.
get there?
I don't know. Could be anything. I mean, I
Marcus,
just
are you having a
always
hard day?
assume the worst.
Yeah, it seems like
Always
it was.
assume everybody has done something evil.
Everyone is evil.
I think if
All villains.
anyone is wanting to stay a someone, they will be there.
Interesting.
Hmm,
So,
but why?
We should
to-
go and find out.
what do you mean? To stay as someone, like to
To
show
stay a-
face and
yeah.
to network.
I'd be
It's
interested
like one of those
to see.
charity events.
Yeah, but I'd be
Yeah.
interested to see if, like, what if he wants them all there for a reason?
Yeah, I think we should still go. Like we were gonna go to dinner, but instead we go to this.
I think it's a good opportunity for some of us anyway, to not go. And to
You're just trying to not go.
Are you? What's happening right now?
no, I think if the people at the library were going to be there originally, they're going to be there still, right?
Yeah.
What a great opportunity to send the two sneaky members of our party to go investigate the library when it's closed.
Ooh.
DM, I have a question. Are we still having this conversation in the streets?
Are you?
I assume so.
Okay.
Yes,
I
as we're
assume
walking
something
towards the
like-
tavern, just
Yeah.
talking. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we're not shouting. We're aware that we're making plans right
I'm
now.
unaware of anybody.
You're unaware? Great.
We're the
Yeah,
best at
that is-
street conversations.
That is
We
all
really
of
are.
you.
We're
Yeah.
out there.
You just
Okay.
stand at the
What do I
stand
care?
at the door of different establishments.
I'm just yell our plan. Good.
Well, there's boys screaming in the street. I didn't think we were the loudest ones around.
Yeah.
I think we should go back and find out what the others of our party are doing, and then make a decision.
Then make a plan.
Yeah.
I generally assume you're continuing to have the conversation wherever you are, unless you
Specifically
specifically say
wondering.
otherwise.
And I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assumed we were in the street and just like having a casual conversation.
Casual
walking along.
conversation.
That's it.
All right. But you all are
Just
able.
established nobody's following us.
Finn's
Nobody?
just out there in
Well,
public.
but then the guy just was screaming in the streets.
We should go rob this place.
It's weird to rebuild a
People
tavern.
coming out.
Just leave it. Let him lay.
You must be new in town.
We do this all the time. We rebuild every tavern that blows up every other week.
But yeah, you guys make it back, and Andrew greets you all as you come in. Oh, hello. Did you all need anything?
I think we're good.
I'm out of wine.
Got it.
Oh.
More.
Gotcha. Well, your friend is still not feeling well. Did take him some water and some rugs.
All this wine.
It's I won't comment on it, but I'll go fetch you that wine and I'll bring it right up to you.
Thank you.
And you guys head up to the room. A few moments later, and Andrew comes back. She has the bottle of wine and hands it over to you. All right. Let me know if you need anything else.
Will do.
Cool. But
Charging it to the room.
Yep.
Whose tab is on this room?
It's not mine.
It's funny that you don't know.
You guys just wait.
Actually, yeah.
So good.
I think Ainsora, you had
Yeah.
offered to pay for the room when they had entered. So
I'm pretty sure I specifically said put it on the Wizard's tab.
you just
Yeah.
And then she took over. She said, no, it's fine, I got it.
so
Because Mordart protested. He said, I've
Depends
been
on
paying
how
for
nice he
everything."
is to her.
Okay. Are you awake?
Throwing out.
What's the average amount of time for a short rest? Basically, like
4
a nap,
hours.
right?
actually rewind a little bit before you guys get to the room. Mordok, you feel the familiar like hum and beckoning call from your pack of the Mirror of Lorathio as you were kind of lying there, a bit unwell.
I am feeling, a bit beside myself and a little down on my spirits. So you know what? I do want to hear from my friend. I miss him.
All right. So you produce the mirror from your bag, and glaring into it, you watch as your reflection sort of begins to shift and swirl into the familiar visage of the white hair, very handsome Archfey Lorathio. Oh,
Miri, what's up, buddy?
I was beginning to worry that we weren't friends anymore.
Oh, why would you worry about that?
Well, I called for you, you see, and you didn't answer. So, I just assumed that you
Is
would...
that how you call? You give me a weird feeling in my stomach?
Well,
I thought I just ate something funny.
no. It is, you see, it's quite specific. You know that it's me.
I don't know if I knew that. But now when
Thinking
I
back.
hear and feel this again, I'll know. It's you.
Good. I was, just, beginning to get a little, cabin fever again. Just wondering if maybe there was some individual who you might think needed a bit of a vacation.
Well, that's the issue, though, is when I send someone to you, you keep them forever. And sometimes people don't want to be with you forever. I mean, they got their own stuff going on here. Is there any way that someone can come to you but, actually be able to go back to, their life and their wife and their children, their jobs?
Yes, of course. They can make a appropriate trade to get all those things back.
See, that part right there, just,
Just last week, I released a little gnome man, and all that it cost him was his yes.
his yes.
Yes.
Oh god, that was painful to listen to.
That sounds like a weird riddle, but, okay, well,
Okay.
what are you in the mood for? Who do you want to find? What's
Oh, I don't
what
know.
would tickle your fancy, I guess?
Why don't you surprise me? You all are really good at this type of thing. Yeah, Gunther was quite the thrilling ride. So,
Is Gunther still with you?
oh yes,
Quite
he
the
is.
thrilling ride. You rode Gunther?
No, no.
Did you fight him?
He did try to fight, but once he was within my realm, it was not a lot to subdue him.
Yeah, but when I fought him, I beat the snot out of that guy. He sucked.
Make a deception check.
Is he still drunk? Is he at disadvantage?
Oh, yeah, you are at disadvantage.
Oh, because you're poisoned.
I'm trying to use deception. The what? Oh, there it is. Disadvantage. 8.
8. He cracks a smile. You don't have to put on airs for me. I know he was a brute, but, as I said, here, his power meant nothing. So, if you want, I can actually do something to him.
Well, tell me about this little skirmish you did have, because that might be justice enough. But yeah, he did give me a little one too. I tried to give him a little stab. I'm good at that.
Yes.
It didn't really seem to work very well.
Oh, well, you see, I merely gave him the illusion that we were going to do an epic battle, and he was going to challenge me to fisticuffs, and so we fought, and we fought for hours and hours and hours until he tired, and then finally, he realized that he was fighting an illusion. And then I put him in his box. It was delicious.
That's pretty good. No, I think that's humiliation enough. That's pretty good.
Suit yourself. So.
Hey, what happened to your magic bag thingy that I had that one time?
Oh, well, that is mine. Why do you ask?
Oh, it's yours. Oh, I just thought it was just a thing we were using.
Oh.
How
Well,
do I get one of those?
I suppose you could earn one by
Not so
finding
good at earning things.
a suitable individual to talk to a very lonely and bored archfey. It's trapped in a damned mirror.
You.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You just want to talk?
Oh, more or less.
Alright. I'll go find somebody.
Wonderful.
Hey, but you gotta stop forcing people to be your friend. That's weird.
I haven't forced you to do anything.
Not me, I just mean these people.
Oh, well, they're not my friends. You're my friend,
Oh. Well,
right?
I thought you would want to talk with a friend.
Maybe. But haven't found anyone rising to the level of interest to become a friend.
I understand. Yeah, I am pretty special. So, okay, this makes sense. Alright. I'm on it.
Wonderful. Well, get some rest. You look like absolute shit.
Well, you look like you're trapped in a stupid mirror. Bye!
My God.
All right. So, as that comes to an end, you place the mirror back in your bag, and the three of you walk in.
Do I see him putting the mirror away?
Make a perception check.
Thank you.
It's like watching a train slowly derail in like
15.
half speed.
15. I'd say based on Mordark's sort of quickness and deftness,
But he's drunk.
he would easily be able to even
Poisoned.
But he's drunk.
go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
Not disadvantage, just a straight
Let
roll.
me duck you.
It's all right.
22, baby!
No, you just see
Never stat check the
Mordark
rogue.
kind of like sitting on the edge of the bed,
Your roll's only count and it's stupid.
heavy breathing.
Mordark, how are you feeling, bud?
I don't know what happened.
I think you drank too much.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling very good.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I died in the dream, and
Yeah.
now we're here. Just don't really know what's going on anymore.
Well,
I feel a little better now, though.
that's good. We're here. This is real. The dream's over. You're still alive.
Yeah.
Look, your friends are all here with you.
I'm not. I'm still downstairs.
I wasn't talking about you.
Okay.
If
Talking about us.
if I had
He
seen
immediately
Azariah-
looked at me, okay?
If I had seen Azariah downstairs, I probably would have like, hey, we should go upstairs and talk, kind of motion.
Okay.
Well, if I saw that, then okay, fine. I'll go upstairs.
In which case, I do look around and see all my friends.
You see all your
So
friends.
glad that we're back here.
All back together.
Yeah, but as we enter back into this room and you all kind of begin to congregate, we are going to go ahead and take a quick little 10-minute break for bios and all the other things that we need to do. But we'll be back in like 10 minutes, so don't go anywhere. All right.
feels legit now.
All right, and we're back.
Are we though?
That was so much faster than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Hey, before we get started, can I go use the restroom?
No, actually.
No.
Yeah. Sorry.
Will you bring the pizza when you get it? Just put it right there in the middle.
Yeah.
The combat map is now a pizza.
Just
Got it.
just cover the logo so nobody knows where it came from.
No free ads.
No free ads.
All right. So, all of you, back inside the room of the tavern, the Lucky Lamia. What are you doing?
Okay.
Well, I'm just waking up, and someone said, no one told me I look like you. You were telling me that it's okay, and I am feeling a little better now.
Do you want a hard candy?
No,
Okay.
I think I just want some water.
Wow, that's a first.
Okay, here you go. Yeah, it's alcohol.
Anyways,
It's like you carry
we
water.
also met Dante Parnell at the library. You guys didn't mention that he's kind of cute.
Did you get his number?
What's the relevance in that?
That he's kind
It's
of cute.
relevant to us.
I just saw he was ripped head to toe.
Eel.
And that, like, maybe
Cute little kid.
might get something of his a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
What?
I might, get him. Or his things and stuff.
You gonna geek him
No.
or his stuff?
His stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. He wears fancy clothes.
He had some loafers on.
Loafers.
Loaf. Anyways.
That was like the first thing I looked at was his feet.
I didn't get to see his feet.
Always look at a
Dude.
man's feet.
Yeah, feet first. We're looking for brown boots and red boots.
Well,
feet
I wasn't
first.
looking for red boots at that time. And he was sitting behind a desk.
You could probably still see his feet on the desk.
Anyways. He seemed like just a normal guy, which is part of why we wanted to meet him, to figure out if he's someone who can be trusted with this mirror.
I don't know. Like, their experience was that he killed somebody.
He
Yeah,
weirded me
we
out.
definitely watched somebody die.
But,
in
like,
his office.
did they deserve to die?
I don't know. He said the guy caused trouble.
You kill people all the time. Don't look at me like that.
If he was actually the guy that bombed the
fair.
tavern, then yes, he
Yeah.
deserved to die.
See, that's what I'm
But
saying.
I've
I've
caused
seen some
trouble
shit, and I
all
hang
the
out in
time.
darkness, and he freaked me out. So
Also, like, why this guy, like, if this is the guy that blew up the tavern, why just kill him when he gets back? What did they say anything when you guys first came up to the door or anything like that?
he said you betrayed us for the last time. That's
Ooh.
all I
Interesting.
heard, and then there was swords drawn,
That's
and then we
pretty
busted
intense.
down the door.
That doesn't sound like a good guy thing to do.
To kill someone who's betrayed you multiple times and then blew up a tavern?
I was impressed. I remembered that.
Well, we don't know that guy blew up the tavern.
Yeah, we don't know.
Made it up.
We don't exactly know. It just does not
said something
seem
like that.
like
He said it now.
I
good
don't
guy
know.
material.
I
Good
don't
guy
know if
material
he's
like
good.
turns somebody in, you know?
Yeah, a good guy would say, "Oh, you have done me wrong. Let's go to court. Let me put you in jail."
Yeah. I'd
Who
murder
are
people.
you
That's
two,
just
and
because,
what have you done with Mordark and Marcus?
No, I'm not
No.
saying that. No.
Because
No,
I've
no,
killed
no,
people
no,
in
no.
cold blood, I know that you know, there's another side.
What I'm learning here is they make more sense, and they're more decent individuals when they drink.
You can't prove anything.
Well, you're right. I haven't spent a tremendous amount of time with y'all yet, but so far I've seen chaos and questionable things.
Bloodlust.
And now y'all are making way too
And
much
lust.
sense.
Well, we
And lust.
just don't know where we're at,
And
so we got to
greed.
get our bearings first.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just
true.
saying that this is what a normal person would do, not what I would do.
No, absolutely not what I would do.
Was he welcoming to the two of you at all once he did see you?
I
Relatively.
mean, he was friendly in a standoffish sort of way.
In a controlled the room kind of way.
I don't think you end up as lore keeper of a huge city like this by being weak or passive.
So you do it by murdering people?
Well, there's
I don't think a
actually
librarian
makes sense.
should be murdering people.
He's
There's-
not a
there's good-
librarian.
He's a lord.
Basically
He's a
a
lord.
librarian.
there's
I mean,
powerful individuals that are good, and there's powerful individuals that use that power in a malicious way. And he gave me
Yeah.
malicious vibes.
He gave me ambiguous vibes.
You liked him.
yeah, you're just
No.
into him.
No!
Oh, how cliche.
He's a bad boy.
Over there.
Shut up.
Maybe you should use that to your advantage. Did he seem to like you?
Oh, I don't know. It was kind of a brief
I
interaction.
guess we can find out at the dinner tonight.
Well,
About
Speaking of,
turns out no dinner.
Oh, well, that's good. I really didn't
You got us
quite
kicked out of
dress
the
up.
dinner?
no.
It got canceled. What's his face?
We heard a
Town crier.
town crier.
What's
The
his face?
Thaddeus,
Yeah.
the merchant
Did he
guild
cry?
guy who was putting on the dinner, canceled it in respect of the tavern being burned down and asked everybody who can to help clean up tonight instead. So I think we should go to that.
And my thought process here was simply that the people at the library were supposedly going to be there, including possibly Dante himself, which means the library would be unattended tonight. So if some of us go to check things out and to make sure, and some of us might do something stupid, like break into a library at night under the cover of darkness.
I don't think
But what
it's.
are we
I don't
looking
think
for
it's
in the
stupid if
library?
it's recon.
We don't know, do
Well,
we? We
yes,
just
we
know
do.
that he murdered somebody.
Well, we went there to look for the person
For
in the
the
red
red
boots
boots.
because they saw the red boots go into a side door. But if we
Correct.
wait until tonight, I don't know if that person would still be there.
That's why
and
we're
we've
going
also-
both
Well,
Well, you
places
could
at
always
the
check
same
the
time.
side door.
I've also learned more about the red boots.
Oh.
Apparently, they're automatons that are essentially pets for people rich enough to afford them.
Which you would actually
I
know.
was gonna say I should.
Yeah.
What if this automaton is one of Dante's?
It could be.
How DM? How much do I know about these automatons?
You know, just off the top of your head, that many people, nobles especially, that either are really interested in the technology or are looking to be sort of, they want to be on the cutting edge of whatever is available. Not every noble has one. There are some individuals who are not nobles that have access to less capable and sort of the last year's model, so to speak, and that these are pretty like simple minded, like they are generally like they do one task, like they can carry out waste or clean a commode. They are singularly purpose for the most part, but in the past year or so, the Artificers Guild has developed more advanced, more capable automaton that seem to have the ability to like process and understand like commands to do things and act upon them. So those are far and few between. They are not very common, but there are a few people throughout the city that have some. You would know Thaddeus is one of those people, wealthy enough to own one, and your family unfortunately does not own or use any of the automaton. Your father himself doesn't trust the technology, as he kind of seeks more direct human influence over the military, and that is kind of more of his focus. He sees these as sort of a threat to his possible future ventures, but yeah.
So Dante told you, or who told you this, that the red boots belong to the automatons?
A friend.
Okay. Well, I know that there
You
are.
have friends?
You have friends? Andrew said you saw a friend downstairs.
Did
I
you meet
did.
someone?
Well, I met someone that I already knew.
Yes.
Are they still here?
They're not here, but they're part of the city watch now. They used to be a part of the Shadowhawks with me. I was actually quite surprised when I saw him at the blown up tavern earlier today. But I wasn't. We were in the middle of something. I thought it'd be better to speak with him later. And apparently he found me. Resourceful individual.
Is there anything else you can tell us that he told you?
We talked a lot about our past and things that have transpired since then, and he told me that the Red Boots were automatons created by that guild for the people that could afford them. And I asked him about Dante. He couldn't give me a whole lot of information about Dante, but I did inform him that, well, he asked me why I was interested. I told him that he just weirded me out. Got bad vibes off of him, and he said that if I do come across anything that leads me to believe that Dante may not be a great individual, to let him know, so that maybe he can aid us or do something about it. He didn't really specify.
And Sora, do you think that these more advanced automatons would accompany these nobles to the cleanup to show off or help?
They might.
It might be an opportunity for us to spot one that could have been there at the scene. See if any stand out, are marked by soot, or injured. I think if anybody wants to go to the library, they can, but I think there might be more happening at the cleanup.
I think there might be. I think we need more information on Dante before we hand over the.
Oh, for sure,
You know
yeah. So I guess some of us go and search his office. Oh, I did see into that first room that we found him in. There was a couple of items that I could see behind him, and they looked interesting. Maybe it's part of what he does there is at the library, keeping information and items.
Marcus,
Be breathing.
make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Ooh.
These chairs are not comfortable to sit cross-legged on. Good to know.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
30-20.
Dirty nasty 20.
All right. Good to
Deep
know.
in the V.
So deep in the V.
Yeah.
V.
Oh,
20.
stop.
Stop.
Ew.
Remember, Patreon with benefits.
Patron with benefits. Overworked Nerds. Patreon.com/Overworked Nerds. Let's go.
I hate it. All right. Sorry, that was it.
Yeah, we're good.
Yep.
Focus.
We're good.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
There was
That's
a
it.
couple of items. I saw
What happens when I fail?
really odd, almost, I don't know how to describe it. It was a cloak, but it had odd things coming off the ends of it. It seemed like a very interesting item. And then a really beautiful longbow, but he shut the door before I could see much else.
Arcana check.
On a really beautiful longbow?
No, on the cloak.
On a cloak that looked
Yeah.
weird?
Can you describe the cloak better?
You want me to describe it better for you?
You're just like, it looked weird.
Or the bow.
I mean,
I mean,
they,
these are things we're interested in, Poppy. Come on.
I mean, there's
You guys
there's
are
a lot
asking
going
me
on.
so many questions. I've never explained things this deep before, ever.
I've never thought this deep before.
Well, if I saw a shining bow, I probably would have tucked my nose in there.
So maybe you should go back to the library and see if you can, what you can
You're a lot more sneaky than
I
us.
don't want him sneaking anywhere until he sobers up.
Why don't
I'm like
you
halfway
go-
sober-ish.
Okay, never mind.
Soberish.
Hey, he does some of his best work drunk.
Bobby's not wrong.
I mean,
But, I
you
mean-
gotta still be better at stealth than she is.
I
drunk or
mean,
not.
technically,
I could
your
be dead and I would
stealth
be
rolls.
stealthier.
Shut
Oh
up.
my god.
It's true.
Listen.
Bodies don't make noise.
It's
Unfortunately,
yeah,
very
like,
true.
Literally.
Yeah.
No.
You would be a straight roll for stealth check because of your Cloak of Elvenkind.
Get advantage, so
Yeah.
literally it doesn't matter.
I think you're fine.
Yeah, I'll do great. I'll do
Okay.
my best work.
Can you touch your tail to your ear? Left ear. Right ear.
Oh.
Make a dexterity check.
14.
14. It just like comes over the top of his head and think on the end of his snout.
See, you're fine.
But he was supposed to touch his ear.
Close enough.
See, the skill is there, the comprehension is not. So,
And I did great.
Yeah. What else is? What's
what,
any
what
different?
else is there?
What else is new?
You know what?
I have
Fine.
other magic tricks. I want to crackle some lightning in between my teeth.
You see a little bit of electrical arcane energy kind of.
No, I've seen that before. It didn't go well last time.
Is that the sound that happened?
That's just me making sounds.
Okay. Anyways, black cloak. Let me try to think.
My cloak's
Oh.
better than that one, so.
Pseudopods with spikies on them, and then bow is just is pretty gold inlay, ivory.
The gold, the
Is
the
that
bow- the
enough
bow's got
description
gold?
for me to try to figure out what
Sure.
the item is?
Make an Arcana check.
I want the bow.
I will do likewise for the bow.
Yeah,
You do
make an Arcana
I
check.
mean, it wouldn't be okay. So
17?
17.
Yeah.
18.
18.
Back up.
So.
Marcus knows just a bit.
So for the bow, it sounds like a very well-made bow. Definitely rings true of an elvish make, and beyond that, you're not really sure without having a closer look and inspecting it. The cloak, however, it does like remind you of a item that you've either seen in passing in reading or have heard stories about, but you do get the sense that this might be a cloak of displacement.
I pull out a like really old, dusty, like crusty looking book. I like open the pages, and the pages kind of like stick together. And I like start
I give you a
flipping through it,
dirty
and,
look.
like
There's been more than heavy breathing over there.
it could be a cloak of displacement, which is a very powerful item.
So
Put the book away.
I did notice something else while we were in his office. I was looking at his papers when he started shuffling them around to tell us something. It seemed like he keeps pretty intense logs of these items when they come into his possession, when they're processed, all sorts of stuff. It seems like that's what he does, is catalog and log when things come in and out of the city, in and out of rooms. And so I'll just warn, I know that you guys have some sticky fingers sometimes. I'll just warn you, I don't think that Dante is the type of person who doesn't notice when something goes missing.
That
That's
much is obvious.
a good
And
point.
he ran into us looking at his items today. If they go missing tonight, we're the ones who saw him with them last, potentially.
That's a good point, especially considering y'all, well, also we now, are supposed to be meeting
If
with him.
we're-
He doesn't know it's us. Well,
If
I
we're
hope he
at the
doesn't know
thing,
it's us.
Yeah.
and he sees us and it gets stolen tonight, we have an alibi.
Exactly.
This is true.
So the three
Well.
of us should stick together.
Exactly. Also,
But isn't Dante also expecting you to?
He was, well, actually, we've never received word, so he hasn't sent word giving us passes into this dinner, so to my knowledge, he wouldn't be expecting us to be at this dinner that's no longer happening.
Yeah, we don't even know if he's going to show up. There's so many unknowns. I feel like we just have to...
He could be in his office now that the dinner's not happening.
we don't know. But what if this
Lot of
log
unknowns.
has a record of the thing?
Oh, who has the thing?
You do.
No, the other thing.
No,
I have.
the thing.
There's
I
another
do.
thing?
You have it.
I have it.
Do you?
You have.
There's
Felt
another
like-
thing.
Do you have it?
No, it's
I don't remember. Marcus doesn't remember.
The
No, you guys only told me about a mirror.
constructs.
Okay. Einsora,
The
could we
influx.
have a moment? Not that we don't want to, include you on anything, but we don't know you very well yet, and so not to be like really secretive or anything, but could you just give us a minute?
Can you leave the room that you bought for us?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Have
They
you
told
told
us
Azariah?
Yes.
Yes.
Did,
We told
did
you
you?
last
Yep.
session
Oh,
about the conflicts.
the conflicts.
About the conflicts.
Construct.
Not about
Okay.
the mirror.
He's
No.
drunk.
Never mind.
About the conflicts.
Yeah.
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 So above the table,
So-
I believe that you have told Azariah about the conflicts, not about the Mirror of Lorathiel. And
Correct.
Correct.
if I'm not mistaken, I believe Poppy shared something about the conflicts with Einsora.
Yeah, I shared a vague outline, and then you
But
guys
not-
were like, "We don't know anything."
Not in detail.
So, I'm Sora.
Yes.
We met you at the explosion, and you were trying to help people, and we were trying to help people. And how do you? We obviously have some complicated directives, and I don't know how much more involved you want to get in our shenanigans.
How deep do you want to be in the V?
Only patrons with benefits will know.
Take your finger
What
off
do
your
you-
nose right now.
I feel like the simplest way I can ask is, what do you want?
What a great question, Poppy.
Do you want our help finding who blew up this tavern? Do you want...
I mean, my biggest thing right now is finding who was responsible for blowing up the tavern. This is my city, so
I was strongly
I
advised not to be looking too hard into that by my friend.
interesting.
He said that if we were caught looking into it, that we could be arrested.
Would they arrest a noble person?
I mean, I don't know if I'd put it past them.
You know that the city guard frowns on sort of vigilantism. So if it were a matter that were in the realm of investigation for the city guard, then someone going about that on their own accord would be not, they would not be looked upon kindly by the city guard.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I think that it wouldn't matter who you were. They would not be happy that I was looking into this. But it's still very important to me that my city be taken care of.
Do you think the guard incapable? Or maybe...
No. I think that it's my job to protect my town.
Yeah.
So my plan right now is really just to find out who did this.
Okay.
Maybe we could passively investigate while working on other things.
Perhaps someone could pay us, and we could say that we're charged to do so.
What?
Like a... Does this world have PIs?
I think they would still call that
Make
eventually.
a history check if you want.
Are there people that are paid to do this? Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
So dirty.
So this is one of those situations where there are many cities in this realm that exist as cities of heroes and adventurers, people that are hired by those with resources to go and do jobs that they're not capable of doing themselves. What strikes you as strange about this is that the warning from the friend in the city guard seems to indicate that the city guard wants for this investigation to remain within the city guard. So it's not so much that no vigilantism is allowed, or no heroic acts are allowed. Certainly, if someone is seen in trouble and you save them in the streets, that would be applauded and rewarded. But once it's at the level of the guard is involved and they are taking it on, then they wish to kind of keep it clean and they want to mediate it on their own terms.
I would. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I think we came here and we, jumped into action and started investigating with you, but slowly investigating the explosion is starting to look a lot more like parts of the tasks that we came here with on our own, and I don't want to drag you into something that you didn't sign up for. So there are certain things that I don't think that we can tell you yet, but I do promise we're here to help and try to do good. Yeah, we have our own tasks that we sailed here with that seem to be intertwining with your city and this explosion, but it may go beyond that as well.
Well, if that is how you feel, then I will step out and go to find, I guess, some more bread to sober up more in our
We'll address our tasks and then we'll regroup with you because we do want to help find whoever did this, right?
Sure.
Okay. We'll see you in a second.
I'm gonna go downstairs and see who's downstairs.
All right.
Sure.
So
This
walking
is something
down.
that Poppy wants and is important to her. I guess we're along for the ride.
Well, I wasn't really saying so much that she needed to leave anymore, but it was like we started talking about what we're doing. It's like she doesn't know. It's like something had to.
Oh
We're
yeah.
gonna do something.
I know about. Do I know about any of this? I thought that they'd mentioned.
Yeah, we mentioned a little bit to you, and I think
Yeah.
my plan is to now ask them.
Okay.
Yeah, Poppy had mentioned or began to talk about it, sort of like in an excited, like verbal vomit,
I'm
and
pretty
then
sure I was just like, what are you doing?
I gave like a vague outline. I was like, "There's a thing, and we need to know if we can take it to Dante."
yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
she began to get specific before getting like elbowed by Marcus and kind of like,
Okay. So she
that hurt his
obviously
elbow?
is sticking around.
What?
Are we
Does that hurt his
involving
elbow?
her or not?
Just want to let her arm back.
I don't
What?
know. I don't know if she.
She's
if-
really helpful, so I don't want to kick her out.
But what if she wants to do something with this thing that we don't want to do?
It's our thing.
Exactly.
I kind of get the vibe that y'all don't really know what you're doing with the thing yet anyways.
Well,
This
I
is
don't.
true.
I definitely don't want to give it over to somebody that's just gonna like, I don't know, blow up another tavern with it, or blow up
You
the
think it's
world
gonna
or
blow up
realms
a
or
tavern?
whatever.
This is gonna open up a rift in between dimensions.
I was trying to be, play, whatever.
You're so dumb.
Says the guy that literally is friends with a mirror.
What?
I have a mirror.
You're
People have
friends with
mirrors?
it.
No, he doesn't just have a mirror. There's
Marcus.
what? He.
Yeah, I guess so. You should probably know at this point.
Wait,
I think
there's
if
something
anybody
else.
needs to know anything, it's that this thing exists. I think even Einzora needs to know that this thing exists. This is
It's
a
fine.
dangerous fucking thing.
No, he's
Wait,
not.
there's a dangerous fucking thing that y'all haven't told me about when I
Yeah,
exclusively
it's in the
asked if there was
backpack.
anything else I needed to know before
Okay.
traveling with y'all.
My memory gets a little fuzzy because sometimes there's alcohol involved.
Because-
There's more than one of y'all in
Here's
this
the
group.
deal. Here's the deal. Leary's fine. He's cool.
He's
Who the
not cool.
fuck is
Leary?
Leary?
He's my
You're
friend.
calling him Leary now?
Have you? Did you talk to him again?
I'm sorry. Can we take a second and quit having these side conversations and tell me what the fuck this mirror is?
It's a mirror,
There's a guy.
and in it is a person who is in the Fey realm. And Mordark talks to him sometimes, and he is also interested in the conflux.
We're friends.
Okay,
Okay.
this guy is an archfey. And this dumbass trapped me inside his
First
mirror
he got trapped.
He
dimension.
just wasn't really clear about what was going
This is
on.
the worst explanation.
Mordark did not understand
This is
what
so
was
bad.
What in the hell have I walked into? Wait.
It's
So
fine.
y'all have a mirror with a trapped archfey in it, and you decided to trap your companion
Well, I
in
didn't
the
really
mirror.
decide it. It's just that I don't know. I
He's
got
dumb and he got tricked.
no. I was fully in control.
And
the
you
whole
let
time.
him keep this mirror.
I would. Okay,
We
so
never
the
talked about
dis-
taking it away from him.
I'd love to see you try.
Oh, we should do that.
It's 3 against 1 if we really wanted to take your mirror away. I've already knocked you out
Oh,
once.
so here is one other thing. If you look into the mirror, you kind of get sucked in, and sometimes Mordark will, out of nowhere, be like, "Oh, he wants to talk to me," and pull it out. And so part of me doesn't really want that in my bag because I don't know what kind of influence it has if you
Right.
carry
So
it.
far,
So it's kind of like let him carry it because it's his shenanigan.
Okay, I got an idea. Why don't we go find somebody who has something that you can put this thing in that would hopefully block his ability to communicate with?
that
Well, we
that is
did-
a really good idea.
Well, he did steal it from somebody who had contained it for a while.
Yeah, I
And,
actually
And you didn't just give it back?
Well, no, we thought that it was like a tool and it would be useful. And actually it was. It's how we found the conflicts in the first place.
But we also didn't know what she would do with it. So, look, I want to get rid of this thing as much as anybody, but
It's not yours to get rid of.
Also, I'm not
But-
convinced Larathiel is evil.
This
He's my friend for the 90th time.
honestly, the way this is coming out,
We
it
just
looks
had
really bad.
a perfectly pleasant
Yes.
conversation.
Wait,
I
what?
want to come back up the stairs and knock on the door.
Perfect.
You all hear a knock at the door.
You just had a conversation with him?
Yeah, that's why I'm in a better mood.
Okay, real quick.
I'm
Hold
sorry.
on,
I'm sorry. You're still talking.
Okay, are we telling her or not?
Azariah? Should we tell her about the conflicts? I
knock
definitely should
again.
tell her about the mirror.
I don't even
Yeah,
know
here.
if I want to continue to party with y'all right now.
And
I exclusively asked if there's anything else I need to know, and you kept this? You told me about something else? This?
It's not that big of a deal.
If you want her to be with us, you need to tell her.
You guys are making
Plain
a
and simple.
huge deal. He's just a guy.
Okay, I'm gonna let Einsora in.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, turns out we're way messier than we thought we were.
You
Oh.
think?
That's okay.
I'm just...
It seems a little
Sometimes-
tense in here.
Sometimes when you go about in life, things happen one by
Are
one.
you monologuing again?
Yes, and they don't seem like that big of a deal, and then all of a sudden you have to tell people them all at once, and it seems like a big deal, and that's a little bit of what's happening.
I'm just going to
Okay.
drift off into a corner.
Yeah.
Sit down
Sulk.
somewhere.
Yeah. There's
Pull
a chair
out
in the corner.
my flask and light my pipe, and I'm just going to watch and think.
Yeah. Take up a little corner
Very
in the room.
Not okay right now.
So here's the thing. We were hoping to get rid of the mirror when we got here.
Mirror.
She just
What
Gotta
mirror?
start over.
Trust me, you
Okay.
don't want to know.
Oh.
Um,
What happened while I was gone
let's
for
just say
5 seconds?
Let's just say this mirror is a dangerous object.
Oh,
Didn't want it to fall in the wrong hands, similar to another object that's
It's in the right
also in our
hands.
possession called, let's just say it's a conflux. Okay, I won't say what it does, but it's dangerous, and we probably shouldn't let it be in the wrong hands.
So, like I mentioned to you earlier, that's why we're here, to see if Dante is someone who can be trusted with it.
He sent us the message to come and deliver it here.
But the way that he sent this message and the way that everything was going on, it seemed like he was, I don't know, a little dangerous, a little willing to have us
We had
killed.
to kill people for this.
Interesting.
Well, no, we had to defend ourselves
Sure,
from people who were trying to kill us to get it.
sure.
And
if
they
that
were
makes
sent by
sense.
him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, basically, we got an object, and then Dante paid people to get it from us. And when we wouldn't give it to them, they tried to
Personally
kill
very
us,
stressed.
and we killed them first.
Oh.
Awesome.
Okay. what a what to walk into.
Yeah. This is why I was like, I'm sorry, we're trying to help you, we're doing a good thing, but we're kind of messy, and I don't know if you want to get involved, because maybe you have your own stuff going on. Maybe you got a party next week, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not really one for parties.
Yeah.
But it does sound like my mess in my city is kind of combined with your mess, in a
At
way.
the moment, it does seem that way.
Yeah,
Especially because it's Dante Purnell.
Your
exactly.
mess is bigger than all the other messes.
I don't give half a two butts
So,
what you think
There's one
about
more
my
thing.
mess.
There's one
Yeah.
more thing.
Is this the
And
mirror that we're talking about?
yes, we hadn't told Azariah about it yet, and obviously that was a mistake, and so we'll tell you from the get-go. We have a mirror that has an archfey in it, who is a little unpredictable.
He's kind of a trickster like me.
Yeah, it's been a little ambiguous. He's also interested in the conflux. He was actually the one who showed us images of the Fey Rift War, where this item was originally. Oh. Whoops. So here's the thing. I can't keep secrets.
Really?
Not
'Cause
in my
you
nature.
Why are
did
you
a pretty
in
good
charge
job
of
of keeping
telling
one.
the thing?
So
He's involved with the other item. He wants to use it to free himself, but he also seems like he's on the right side of the issue
No,
altogether.
I don't want to give him the item. I do not want to.
Well,
give
he
him
said
the
that
complex.
we can't give it to him. We would have to use it on his behalf.
No, not gonna.
Anyways, there's a guy stuck in his
do it.
mirror.
Trapped me in a mirror.
So-
I almost died.
Okay.
What?
No, you did that yourself because you lit yourself on fire and did so much
I did
coke
that
it would kill
for
an orphan
you.
village.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
You're lucky I'm still your friend.
No, because he has never asked me to do anything with our stupid shiny tube full of a fey deer thing. All right. So,
It's literally a
He's
pyramid.
the
I
most
don't even think that he wants it.
more a dark description.
I don't even think he wants it. I just think he wants to be out of his mirror. He's bored out of his mind.
We need to
He
ask
already
him
is
who put
asking
him
about
in
more
there.
people.
He
Who
also
is
murders
him?
people every time he gets
Oh,
out of
his
here.
name? His name is
man, is this what you've been dealing with?
His name is Lorathiel.
You know, there were signs. There were absolutely signs, and I didn't heed them. It was a shit show when I walked into it,
Hey.
and
We rescued you from that pirate ship, first of all.
you blew up the pirate ship while you were still on it, and also knocked out your own friend, who then turned into a fire elemental.
I think that sounds like rescuing you.
And I had to jump into the ocean to save. Anyways, it's
Complicated?
I gave them an opportunity to tell me what was going on, to see, they said they could use my bow. I offered, but I needed to know what was going on, and they told me, but apparently
Okay.
there was a
Not
whole
great
second
people.
shit show that they decided not to divulge until just now.
Look,
So it goes
we
deeper.
So
never
now-
said
so-
we were
so
good
now
people.
we're-
We just said we were trying to.
Now we're in a
do
city
something.
with 2 people that want this conflux,
Didn't we put
and
on
we
a
have
talent show?
no idea what they would
No.
do with it.
That wasn't good. That was not a good thing.
It was good for
we
the
put on a
talent.
talent show, and a
Essentially,
little
we
girl
walked into a
ended up
powder
winning.
keg.
Yeah, I see that. It seems like this.
A
is
really
the powder
rude
cake.
girl
I'm
ended up
super
with.
uncomfortable with this situation right now. We
It's
have
not even a
I
big
didn't
deal.
let the little
world-ending
girl join.
device in
The
the same
world-ending
place as
device
2
is a
people
big deal.
that
That's a
want
big
it.
deal. The guy in the mirror, he's in the mirror.
The guy in the mirror that wants the
So-
world-ending device.
DM,
He doesn't
It specifically
do I
wants
know
you to use
of
it.
anything
He never
about
asked me to
the
do
guy in the
anything.
mirror?
It's just devolving.
Kyle, we need your help.
Since
Make
it's a
a
I'll just go let it
make a
crash and burn.
history check. It's a
I'm
fairly
about to
high
walk out of
DC.
the room.
I know.
Look, you,
I figured-
Do you want to talk
I
to
figured-
him? You can just talk to him.
No,
Put that away.
absolutely not.
good. Good.
Oh, I thought that was in that
History.
one for a second.
So did I. That's 10.
You've read about Archfey before, but nothing is familiar about one being trapped in a mirror. So
Okay.
That's right. Look, we want to get rid of this thing just as badly as he wants to play with it. Okay? But
What, the mirror?
the thing is, both of the things, we don't want it to go into the wrong hands. That's why we didn't give it over to the lady, because she seemed kind of weird, just to be honest.
It's
with
been a keep your
And I-
enemies close. Have you told us everything about your past and everything in your bag?
There's there's literally nothing in my bag that even comes close to this, and nothing in my past that even comes close to this.
Got a bomb? Basically the same thing.
I don't have a bomb.
No.
The most dangerous thing that I have on my person is a thing that you helped me buy.
Oh.
Well, earlier you very casually mentioned being part of some sort of organization and meeting with one of your old friends of it out of nowhere. You do sketchy stuff too, okay?
It was a specialized scouting group that was a part of the military from the town that I grew up in. It's not an organization. It was literally the military that I was conscripted into.
I don't know anything.
If you walk away now, you won't have any way to know where the item's gonna go.
No, look, I don't want these items going into the wrong hands any more than y'all do, but
Great.
we got to figure out a better way to do this, and this is the last time I'm going to ask this. Is there anything else?
Let us think.
Give me a minute.
It seems like they are a forgetful bunch, though. Maybe we should give them a little bit of
Have you
leeway.
seen-
You did shoot him in the butt. In a dream.
Shoulder.
Oh.
Shoulder.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
In a dream.
Sorry.
And then I saved his ass in real life.
Okay. Fair.
This
After he
is
blew
another
himself up.
reminder that the five of us being pushed together may be something more like fate.
I mean,
Even if we're messy and not professionals, and some of us have never
Actually,
left
come
home
to
before.
think of it, I'm starting to remember in that dream they were equally as messy and friendly with each other. Huh.
Okay, well, maybe we
Yep,
just
we
don't
were
think
ourselves.
about that at all right now.
I think that whatever this item is, since it sounds pretty intense, and from what I somewhat know about your situation, I don't want this thing in my city. I think maybe we should figure out what we're gonna do, and make a plan for tonight and start there.
Do you think that Dante can be trusted with dangerous items? It seems like that's his job.
Yeah,
I
but he
vote
also
no.
murdered somebody.
And we're a bunch of murderers and we have it.
That's different.
I think the items need to be kept out of reach of Dante, but some of y'all who were summoned by him should go meet with him and try to garner more information about as to why he is so interested in these
So
devices.
the exceptions are fine when they're in your benefit, but when they're about my friend Leary in my mirror, it's out of
And another
bounds.
thing, we are totally finding someone somewhere in this city. Maybe you can help us find that.
You
that
want
can
to let?
block this mirror.
Oh.
There's no way I'm letting this guy walk around talking
Kind
to
of
an archfey in a
enchanter,
mirror.
magical item specialist.
My view has been keep your enemies close. He's obviously manipulative, so there's that.
He could be close.
He
He just
can-
needs to be shut up.
Ooh. He can hear things. He can probably hear this conversation, actually.
That's
so,
fine.
It's not.
Well, also,
Doesn't
he's
bother
been.
me.
Here's my only
it
thing that
could.
I'll say. He has been the only person who's given us actual information about the history around the item.
Sounds like a friend to
Do
me.
you
I don't know about that.
have you fact checked this information,
Yeah.
or are you just taking him
He
at
gave
his
us
word?
crucial, just-in-time information for us to retrieve the conflux in real time. I
And
mean,
then
we
he
got
gave
stabbed by
us a
some
vision.
little trade
Well,
for me.
Do you remember the vision, though, that he showed all of us of the war?
Yes.
Didn't we
While
fact check
in the
that later?
same
Do-
breath, he was saying, "Find me someone to murder."
Didn't
Damn.
want to murder
Do
anybody.
I know
He
anything
literally
about
said,
He
I
said
wanna
he was
play
feeling murdered.
The war?
He did say that.
Yeah.
You can make a
This
history
is-
check.
But I talked him out of it because,
This is-
you know, me and him, we're on this
Okay.
level together.
Okay,
Right?
so-
he said, "Oh, I want to murder." I was
Let-
like, "Oh, maybe we don't murder."
Let me see if
He
I
goes,
got
"Oh, okay,
this
no, we're good."
straight. You stole a mirror. Turns out to have
Yes.
to have an archfey inside
The
of it.
Fey Rift War.
This
is familiar to
archfey tells you crucial information of where this conflux
I'll
is
expand on it.
and how it's about to be used, so that you could go rescue it or whatever.
Yeah.
In the same breath, he tells you about a war, and also asks for somebody to be given to him to be murdered. And then
Well,
you
we
go,
didn't do that.
you go and retrieve this conflux, and he wants you to use it on his behalf.
To free him.
So self-serving,
And he
you
also
believe
said to-
everything that he said.
He also said to
No,
make sure that it
I don't
doesn't get
believe him
used
at
to
all.
meld the realms. He said that the people fighting in the war, to use it to break between the veil, that they were going to essentially cause incomprehensible damage and deaths.
Okay.
As a riot, make a history check.
And then roll for initiative.
Three.
Hell yeah!
So, I'll say this. You don't really feel like what they're saying about this favorite war, like it doesn't ring any bells. However, and sorry, you do remember, given your the studious nature of your upbringing, there were tales about a war long ago that included two factions of the ancient civilization known as the Eldari that had a conflict over an item, and the item that they currently are describing to have in their possession resembles what you've read about. You don't remember anything about how the item worked, or you didn't read about what it was called, but you know that there was some conflict over some item that could potentially be dangerous, powerful, all of the above.
So, I remember a little bit from my studies about this war you keep mentioning.
Okay, see, it's real. There's that much.
That's
So-
refreshing.
Well, honestly, we went to the ruins of where part of it took place, so like we knew something happened.
And
So- Go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say this item you're mentioning kind of seems somewhat familiar to me.
Well, we could just show it to you. Right?
Before we do that, has it tried to converse with you at all while looking into it?
No.
No.
But there is a little like centaur guy floating on the middle.
Oh, that's what it was. I thought it was like
It was a
little
satyr, sorry.
satyr.
I don't know why I said centaur, I knew better.
I'm good. I don't need.
Well, it's for her.
Yeah.
She should see it.
I didn't say.
I'd maybe say not
Nobody
to.
said
I didn't
see
see it.
anything.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, no, this item hasn't displayed, it hasn't talked to us, it hasn't done anything. It's stagnant.
Unsora, would the city's library, by chance, have a area that might have some additional historical knowledge about this archfey or this item, or even the war?
I didn't even think about reading a book. That's crazy good.
Me neither.
That's what I was going to.
Gonna ask.
That's what I was gonna recommend.
You can do that?
I actually have really high intelligence. That's the problem.
I would recommend the plan of attack of someone or someones go to the library to do some research.
I don't understand.
Well,
we can
someone-
just ask the guy.
No. While someone else
He was
goes
there.
and tries to find something that might help us block this individual from listening in on us or conversing with us unless we want to.
I could probably do that.
And then, not that we want to divide three ways, but then at some point y'all should probably meet with Dante without said devices in your possession when you go and speak with
So
him.
you want us to give you our powerful magical
No.
items and go off by ourselves to meet
No.
Dante?
You can go meet with them while they hold the items. I don't care who holds the items. I just don't want them in his presence while you have a conversation
Can't
with
give
him.
it to. You can't give it to him. But I
Drunk
agree.
half the time.
No, I wasn't saying to give it to me either. I don't want it.
Also, why would I, like, I don't care who you give it to, but I've been the most forthcoming individual in this group, minus Ansora so far.
So far, it does seem like Azariah is a good choice to
To
hold.
hold the items?
I don't want the mirror anywhere near me.
Not that. The idol.
Idle?
I guess that's what this thing
We
is.
don't
for.
want to
Construct,
get
idol.
Construct.
Same thing.
Conflux.
Conflux.
It's called the
Concave.
Idol of Neri.
Oh.
Idle of Neri.
You do not
Or
recognize
the
that term.
favorite Conflux.
Great.
You recognize that
That is the comment.
that there was an item, but
Name doesn't ring a bell.
Anyways, those are the three things that I think need to happen. I don't care who goes where, but I just do not want those items anywhere near Dante. When you finally say, hey, we're here.
But what if, when you go to the library, he's still there, and you get caught with it?
I didn't say I was going to the library. I could go try to find a device that would block the mirror.
Well, you can't send him by himself to the library.
They also don't have to happen at the
Bad
exact
idea.
same time. We could just, as a group, go do each of those things into one
Let's
at a
go as
time.
a group.
I'm not sneaking around anywhere with you.
What if I take off the armor?
All right, fine. All right,
I'm not so clanky.
if we want to travel as a group, might I recommend that we go find a purveyor of magical items that might be able to help us contain this mirror before we do anything else.
It's not quite the hour.
Do we have a timeline? A time?
If we get more information,
to
I
get
don't want
to
him to know about
To
it.
the where you,
dinner?
Yeah, didn't
That isn't happening.
so you know that the dinner was set to be around 8 p.m. But at this point, you would assume that people showing up to help with the restoration of the Laughing Dragon could be any time. Not really. There wasn't a set time. It just seems like there was a all hands call to sort of assist and sort of as soon as you're available. But yeah.
So, I think that me personally, I'm expected to go to help where the tavern cleanup is happening. So, someone who is able to get into the library should go there. I think it's gonna have to be these two together, because if you don't trust him to go alone.
Wait, do we need to
He
be?
doesn't trust anyone or anything.
Do we need to
He
sneak
hates
into the
everything. Look at
library?
him. Look how much
Well,
he smells.
the library does close.
Well, we can do the research tomorrow. Well, we don't have to do it right now.
That's true.
I do think the priority is blocking the archfey.
That's not a priority at all.
Probably should
Yeah.
have been. Probably
He's
should have
been
been a priority
listening.
a long time ago.
Hypothetically,
Okay,
by the way,
great plan.
hypothetically listening, because we don't know, the whole time. Or not.
Okay.
So maybe we should talk about this.
Great plan. You stay here and drink.
Why don't I just ask him? No, dude. I just got over being
You can't leave him by himself.
unconscious.
But you haven't finished your barrel.
He'll talk to.
Do you really want to have to transport your barrel? More.
I'm not just gonna sit here and let you take away my friend. He's my friend.
I'm not taking him away. You can still. The
Okay?
idea is to block him from being able to contact you, unless you want to contact him. That's the hope.
He just made a deal about how, like, he was trying, like,
A
he...
deal?
No, not a deal. That's the wrong word. He just brought it up that, like, hey, I was trying to call to you, and I wasn't picking up. What, you know, whatever this means in our world. But finally, when we did talk, he said, "Oh, good. I've been trying to get a hold of you."
And most people don't know what this is anymore.
the Elvish
anyways.
middle
You gotta do
finger.
this.
I cast message.
Somatic component.
Anyways, yeah. So he wants to talk to me, and
That's
I just talked to him, and I feel a lot better. So
What did
I
you
don't-
talk about?
Well, yeah, if you talked to him today, what did he give you any sort of messages that you could share with us?
Any useful
Or that you
information?
should share with us? I guess.
So we talked, and I told him that. Actually, what did I say? He said he was bored and lonely, and I said, "Oh, what about Gunther?" And he said, "Oh, Gunther, yes, he's doing great," and that they fought. And it was all an illusion, and then Gunther basically just tired himself out and passed out. But he was just fighting the illusion of Lorathiel the entire time. So it was a huge chuckle. We just, we laughed about it, because I hate Gunther, and he likes to toy with things and people. So he did that, and then
He's
I
not
don't-
selling it
So
well.
torture.
Yeah.
Is it torture? Gunther sucks, so he kind of had it coming. And then he told me about this gnome. And by the way, you could have totally gotten out of that thing. He said that he just set a gnome free, and all it took was a yes.
A yes?
What did he say exactly? Did he say it? He said all he had to say was yes? Is that what he said?
He took his yes?
He took his yes.
Something like that.
See, what does that even mean?
See, that seems.
He took his yes. Does that mean he took the
All right.
word yes? Or does it mean that he took...
Or does he owe him a yes?
Does he owe him a yes? Does he owe him a favor? Like,
I don't know. We can ask him.
no.
No.
You guys are nuts.
Well, I'll let you know this. I'm not traveling with y'all as long as this archfey is able to listen to us and communicate.
I think you had a good
I think
idea
Riley
of trying to
should.
find a way to block him.
We may not find
be able to
anything,
hear
but we
us.
need to at least try.
Yeah.
Okay. But is that more important than finding out if Dante is trustworthy while you're here?
They're equally important.
They are.
Split the party.
We can split the party.
I
But
think
if the
that
library
you
is
should-
closed, I think
pointless.
it's better not to commit a crime when we could just do that in the morning
Committing a crime.
legally.
I mean,
I'm not going to break into a library just to do research.
Yeah, but you can't get into his office to do research on him personally during the day.
But the library may have something. And I'm not doing research on Dante specifically.
But that's who we need to do research on. to
We're
see
doing
if he's
research on the
trustworthy.
item.
The conflux
On
and
the
the
war.
archfey.
And
The
I mean,
war
also,
and
it'd be
the-
nice to kind of go through his desk. Yeah.
Exactly. I want to know if he's keeping track of this item and, like, why did he send people to kill us? for
Okay.
this
Do you
item?
want to go to the library with me?
That's not a good idea, but we can try it.
Why?
You're taking off your armor.
I said
right?
I'd take off my armor.
If anything
Because they
were to
don't
If he goes
happen,
below my
it would be
passive,
bad.
I better see him.
Why? I can heal you.
We're around
And
a
you
bunch
can
of
light it on
paper
No disadvantage.
in a
Just a straight
giant
roll.
library full of flammable paper, and my blood
know.
catches things on fire.
So
Because
I should
you're
go with
poison.
somebody else.
You shouldn't go at all.
First roll or second
I think,
First roll.
Poppy, I think you should go with
roll?
me.
Oh,
I'm just worried about the item being in your
fine.
possession. If we're going to go do some work, if there might be some, some healing to be done in that area. We do need to track. Oh, but Marcus,
Okay.
Trish might be waiting for you.
Okay, I'm definitely going
I am
to
sitting
look up
in a
a
corner.
wizard person and get that.
Looking
the
over
mirror.
the room.
Yeah. No,
And
I
he's just
can't.
going to sneak right out of the room.
Can't
Of a
do
guy
that.
that has dark vision for 60 feet.
I guess it's just me and you, Poppy.
It
Unless
appears that way.
Okay.
we're gonna go
All
help
right.
clean up.
There are different
okay.
ways
'Cause I
of
have to
sneaking
go
out.
there. I have
As
to be
a
there.
tap-
You have to go.
Maybe
I have
you're
to be
really
there.
caught up.
If you're
in the
cool
conversation
with
at hand.
bending the rules,
Yeah.
a
But you need to
little
get rid
bit,
of the item.
you could go to the library, and I could go with him to try to find somebody to block this mirror thing.
He doesn't want to go to the library. You do. So why doesn't he do his plan to
this
find
point,
a
As
library
you
bucket and you go
as
to
you're
the
having this
library?
conversation, you notice that
get
Mordark is vanished while you're talking.
Fuck.
Oh no! Oh no! What, you guys?
Hey, can you hear me?
What? What?
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, when you're just in my backpack,
Yes.
are you there, or are you listening, or are you just doing something else?
What do you think? I'm just always listening to you?
I don't know.
No. I can, but I don't always listen to you.
Oh,
Why? Are you saying something interesting? Should I be listening?
I need ground.
not right now.
Maybe I will listen more often now.
But no, here's the thing. My friends are nervous about you listening in all the time.
Why? What are they talking about?
Well, it's more of just like like you are invading their space.
I
Like
need
we're
the
friends,
fourth
but
wall
like
to be stronger because I
they
want to
don't
break
know
it
you
so
like how I know
bad.
you, and they feel like their privacy is being invaded. But I don't want to get rid of you in the mirror. So I'm at odds right now. Can we just have like a passphrase for each other? Like, hey man, like nudge nudge, listen in. This is important.
Make a persuasion check.
Please don't fucking fail me now.
It always fails me.
Or does it? Dirty 20.
30-20? You know, I suppose there is a need for trust between friends.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
They're gonna love this. This is gonna be great. Maybe even we can all become friends too.
I will agree to give you and your friends the privacy that you have requested, unless, say, an emergency comes up.
Would you just give me a call? I know what the ringtone sounds like. Dang it.
This is fantasy
What is
world.
it?
You just call
I
for
ain't
me.
gonna put
I
me
know
gonna
what the
find
little.
those and
Yes, yes. Yes, I know how to beckon you.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, great. Cool.
Wonderful.
We'll talk soon.
Who knows how to sew?
I do.
Okay.
Oh no.
Got you. Oof. Still can't sew this shirt back together though.
Wait, I don't know if I trust you anymore. I trust you less than Morlar.
Talk soon. Bye.
So we're
And I'll
finishing
just-
our conversation.
Kind of me and
You want to go to the library.
Yep.
You want to block him from listening to us. So why are you guys trying to switch jobs right now?
I'll do it. I think the thing that we covered is that if I get caught, or if I'm not there, or something like that, and some of these items go missing, we're suspect number one.
See, here's
Thought we covered all this already.
does Dante just work out of the library or does he live there?
That's a great question.
So he only works out of there. He has a home. Yeah, he has
He does have a home off the premises of the library. He just works there.
Okay. I got the vibe of that he was a guy that just never left.
Besides, you get caught breaking into a library, you just want to steal some books. Oh well. Slap on the wrist.
For some odd reason, I just don't think that's going to fly.
Mordok pops back in
Hey,
over your shoulder.
I'm back.
From where?
Why? Why?
Seemingly from the
Where's
few
the
shadows
mirror?
that exist in this room.
What were you doing?
It's right here.
Okay.
Why do you sound out of breath?
Just was stepping outside. I caught up with Leary.
Oh my god.
So I stand in front
But
of
listen, okay, listen. This is what he said.
Can I
Right?
cast a
asked
spell on
him- I asked him. Are you really doing that?
Maybe. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say, and then I'll decide.
You doing what?
I asked him
I'm thinking.
if he listens in, or if he can listen in, and he said, "What? No, that's preposterous. Why would I listen to you all the time?" Really dumb.
All right.
Actually, I don't know if he's listening right now.
You
But
know what?
anyways, he said, "No, I don't listen to you all the time. But maybe I should listen to you more if you're wondering." And I said, "Hey, listen. We're friends, all right? And my friends, they're all
It's okay.
nervous about whether or not you're actually listening to them all the time. And so I just needed to, set a little boundary here so that they can be comfortable, so that we can all be comfortable." And he totally understood. He said, "You know what? Being friends requires trust. And so I'm going to only give you a ring, or sorry, dang it. I'll only call out to you. if
Bells
I'm-
exist.
Right, yeah. I'll only call out to you if I'm going to, ask to speak with you and listen in to what's going on." So,
So he's saying he won't listen in on us,
yeah.
That's
and you trust him?
Yes.
actually I think that's great. I feel so much better now. I appreciate you checking in to make sure that was the situation.
I think if you feel safe,
yeah.
I feel
I also
safe.
feel better.
Do you? Because you were
No, I feel so much better about
good.
this. Yep,
Good.
I'm 100% on board.
Okay. If everyone's on board, I guess I'm on board too.
Okay. So
Perception.
since we don't need to track down an artifact, or not an artifact, magical item, should we still split up? Some of us check out the library, some of us go maybe help out at the inn.
The reason I wanted to go to the library is because I feel like I'm good at finding stuff. So I think I would be helpful in trying to find a book that we're
also
specifically
good at getting
looking
caught.
for.
Yeah, you don't sneak well.
I said I'd take off the armor, you guys.
I don't know if
Just
that's
don't
gonna
listen
matter.
to
It's not gonna
hit
help
me.
anything.
Guys, just
Yes, it
let me
will.
go. I'll go do it. It's fine.
Why do you guys
I'm
think
gonna
taking
go
off my
with
armor will help?
Mornar
That's
to
my
make
issue.
sure he doesn't fuck anything up.
Who's carrying?
The item. I
Which
think
The idol.
Poppy is.
I have the idol.
Okay. Yes, you two go to the library, and then maybe we go help out at the inn.
Okay.
But should Poppy bring the idol with her?
Yes.
I'm going
the
to bring
inn?
it with me.
Yes.
Okay.
There is a small likelihood that you could run across Dante in the library. I don't
I
know
also
how
saw
late
him
he works.
earlier today. It's not like he's gonna suddenly search me.
I'd rather not take any chances.
Okay.
And even if he does, I'll beat him up.
Then keep the armor on, please.
Yeah, if I'm not sneaking, I'll keep it on. That's the only reason I'm not sneaking, you guys. This armor's really loud.
I know.
I can
What?
be sneaky if
Clank,
I take
clank.
it off.
Why
If
don't you?
I take it off, I can sneak. I promise.
Why don't you go ahead and take it off then, and try to sneak away as we walk to the inn.
But wait,
Do you know how long it takes to doff armor?
no, I don't.
Do you know?
You should. You've put it on.
You know how long it
No,
takes?
I don't.
Yeah.
DM, how long does it take to put on
Full plate?
Full
About
plate.
5
10
actions.
Okay, so why am I doing this as a test to go there? Because then if you guys decide I'm not sneaky enough, I'd have to go back and put it back on before I come and do the work.
Just put the armor on and go do the work.
It's already on.
Yeah, just come with us.
Okay,
Just come with us.
okay.
All right.
You're not Liz.
So we
You're Poppy.
know what we're doing.
I think we do.
Okay.
I think that if we stay in this room
Ouch.
any longer, we're going to miss out on important things that's happening at the inn. Or at the tavern. We need to go.
If I stay in this room any longer, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Come on, you're having fun.
Einsohr,
Absolutely.
We run to the.
you feel like a thrumming coming from your pouch. You know that this is the
She also has a beard?
sending stone that you and your father share. So, the way that this works is that whenever he hails you or you hail him, the other will receive a notification, and then you can remove the stone, and then you'll receive a short message.
Sending stone equals cell phone.
Cell phone or
Call me on my
Bring it
cell
to
phone.
It's not.
can send
And so you hear the message come through.
Yeah, but
It's a telephone.
I'm not sure if you heard yet, but the dinner this evening has been cancelled. We are sending some representatives to the Laughing Dragon. It might be good to make a show for our family's sake. The message ends.
I'm pretty sure you just have to hold it and it absolutely like this. Okay.
It's flat. It's a stone.
Does it unfold?
No. I hold it like this.
What are you doing with that rock?
Oh, this? It's just my sending stone. My father is contacting me. He's saying that he's sending some people to the inn and I need to go and show face.
And see, that's how
But
you're
how do we
forthcoming
know
about
that
information.
Her father isn't listening in on the stone all the time.
It's not how it works.
Well,
Yeah, that's not how it.
That's not how it works.
I would assume
not
I'd
fair.
DM them.
It's not fair. He doesn't understand how anything works. So.
I would assume most of us have crossed paths with this.
Yeah,
thing stuff,
they're fairly
right?
common.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
So, let's
Yep.
We're out.
ready?
Okay.
Freaking go.
All right, so
Don't be mad you're not good at something.
the three of you are heading to the Laughing Dragon.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
I think he's just trying to weird you out.
So you all head out of the tavern or out of the inn and make your way toward the Laughing Dragon. On your way, you do see pretty significant crowds of note. Like there are people leaving from their homes that are walking towards it as well, and so you kind of like join into these. I wouldn't say droves. It's not like the entire city, but there's definitely a good measure of sympathy. And as you are approaching Einsohr, you take note of a few different nobles who are here and of note.
Can we engage in conversation?
Yeah,
on the way
absolutely.
To the inn? Okay.
more conversation.
As we walk, plainly in the street,
In the streets.
and they are not next to us anymore.
It's just the three of us. And I see no. So are we talking before we see?
Yeah. If we,
Yeah, we can say that before you get there, you had this conversation.
all right. So I put on a bit of a show because obviously we weren't getting anywhere. I still think we need to find an item that will block the Archfey.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of him listening in all the time.
No.
I don't think I haven't made up my mind if he's evil or not. I think he's useful. But I don't want him listening in.
I think now he's
Yes.
aware that we're worried that he's listening. That makes me nervous.
Yeah, Mordor did not make a good choice there.
And I fully believe that Moradork believes that this archfey is
Yeah,
on the up and up.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I don't trust him. I don't think we should trust him. So I think we should
I think we
still
just need
source that.
I think we need to.
I think you should still go to the inn.
Well, I'm thinking that maybe there might be some more information in the library on this item too.
Okay.
This is also true because it's
But I don't-
known when the woman told us what it was. She called it the Mirror of Lorathiel. So like this is a documented or named item. It's not just like he was secretly stowed away in a mirror.
So maybe we can just do some research tomorrow when we go.
I think it's a
to
good idea.
Like just
Do you-
have a research day.
Do you have a recommendation for a place that we can ask or inquire about a device that might be able to do this?
I mean, we know that the guild of
Yeah.
the Artificers
Yeah,
Guild
we
would
could probably
probably,
go.
if they can make automatons, they might have the best information. But
So
I feel like they're
For you?
more into
you
importing
would
magic into mechanical.
probably be concerned about taking any of these two items to a
Anybody.
magic shop for like you wouldn't just bring these in for like, I need an identify spell.
Yeah. I
Someone
think
that you trust would be a better choice, and the only person that comes to mind that may be knowledgeable, powerful enough that you have a true level of like, this is a proven person of high character, would be the Archmage of Arendor, Althoro Marley.
I'm worried about talking to anyone about this mirror.
I don't think we need to necessarily give too much information, nor even let them see the object. I think we just need to tell them that we have a device that has someone trapped inside of it that is listening into our conversations, and we don't want them listening in. Or just maybe they have some necklaces or something that will like, block somebody's ability to magically listen in on us. I don't know.
Any ideas?
I think that number one, research is always important and is always healthy. Number two, I think I might know someone that could help us. But again, I don't think that I agree with you that we shouldn't just take it to anywhere. I think I know someone. The Archmage. I don't remember.
So
Is that someone we
Althoro,
see tonight or tomorrow?
Would we see him tonight?
it's possible.
Could we see him tonight?
Could we see him tonight? Yeah. So
Will we see him
tonight?
tonight?
I'll say
Can you see the Archmage tonight?
the only thing you do know about Althoro is that while he is Archmage of Arendor, he is also a member of the Eldorian Alliance, and he actually, you know what? Make a history check real quick.
Gonna make you work for it.
Oh, great.
No.
Great.
You know nothing about your city.
Yeah. Wow. This is so great. Well, it's tracks. It tracks. This was a
The
one.
one. Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
sorry,
Yeah.
Aaron.
Don't
Is
know.
he her dad?
You get this feeling of
You're worried.
fatherly
Althoro might be your
demeanor.
dad.
You almost look at him as like a father figure.
Yeah. You start to have a thought about like, man, what was it that he did? And like, your thought trails off, and you start to be like, huh. The Laughing Dragon used to make really good cinnamon buns.
Seems pretty accurate.
We're tired.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty spent, guys. I
Okay.
can't.
Okay.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Well,
I think.
yeah, tomorrow we should reconvene
Let's just
Yeah.
go
privately
help clean up
and
the
go.
tavern. Maybe keep our ears, you know.
And if we see the Archmage here at the tavern, I mean, that's
Oh,
a different
they
story.
might show
He
up.
might be there.
Okay, then I guess we can be helpful and keep eyes and ears open.
If an Archmage shows up at this tavern, he better just magic a tavern in place instead of making everybody carry stuff.
Always could ask, I guess.
I'm just.
If he could do that, why doesn't he come down? Watch the rest of us work down here.
Right? Let me continue on. Please, DM,
Let's
tell
go.
us
Okay.
who she sees. Tell
As
her
we
who
walk
she
up
sees.
So-
to the tavern.
As you walk up, you see, note, Lady
Archmage?
Seraphina Vale, who is currently walking beside a very well dressed. You see golden limbs and face of a what appears to be a very dexterous and capable automaton, as she is pointing to bits of rubble in the street and having it pick them up and carry them out of the road. And you also see Baron Alistar Hawk, who is himself wheeling a barrel full of dust and debris and stones. And you also see the Lord Thaddeus Avericum himself within the tavern, and he is at the moment picking up bits of shattered table and chairs, and also as he does so, sort of tending to some of the people that are a little emotionally shaken. But there are a few of these automatons, some of them simpler, and the one that you notice that is, I guess, of the newer make and better, is the one alongside Lady Seraphina.
So I do recognize a few of these nobles that are here today.
Are we still back a bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure that we're not like in front of
Yeah.
her. I mean, like,
I think we're walking up to
Yeah.
her.
You're walking, yeah.
Walking in,
Okay.
like we're walking.
I'll whisper over and be like, okay, so she has one of those automatons that are advanced and do stuff.
Maybe we could ask her about it? I think that
I don't even know what I'd ask. Did you use your automaton to burn down this place earlier today? Like,
I
where
mean,
were
no,
you
I
at?
wouldn't say that. They might have been right.
We could just ask if she sent the automaton on any errands and garner where it went, and maybe while y'all are asking that, I can just
I don't know.
discreetly look it over.
If a stranger walked up to me that I had never met before and
Well,
started
she was
asking me
me.
about what my servants did that day.
Don't just jump right in. Have you never had a conversation with someone to discern
No.
information?
Not like this.
Well,
I've never done this stuff
you
before.
start with saying hi.
Well, I've had conversations before. Fine. I'll watch you guys and I'll learn how to.
Lady Seraphina,
Do
hello.
this.
Oh, hello, Lady Arcadia. How are you this evening? Is your father with you?
He is not. He
Oh.
couldn't. He needed to stay back, but I'm here.
I see. Well, okay. All right, I see. Well, as you can see, we are all distraught and quite saddened by this event. And
Well,
I'm just here to do my part.
so my father, I know, has sent some of our people here to help. Do you have any help here, or anybody from your?
Oh, well, I have Bjorn here. He is helping me, and she gestures toward the automaton. And but I didn't want to. I didn't want to take away from the responsibilities of anyone else in my home. So Bjorn should be plenty help for the evening.
What's his name again?
Bjorn.
Ironsides?
So, Bjorn is a beautiful automaton.
Thank you.
I've never seen one his like.
He is actually. I received him from the guild, not but maybe a couple of quints ago. A quint is a month. So, I'm still working out some of the kinks, but I've only had to take him back to the guild once or twice for adjustments. So,
Adjustments what kind of adjustments?
he tends to get stuck in, I don't know, thought, maybe? Or processing requests from time to time. I'm not sure, really, now that I think about it. It's quite unsettling. But he's a very helpful companion, so...
And is he always with you?
Oh, well,
Because I
Yes.
wouldn't want. I mean, he's just so gorgeous. I wouldn't want him to.
I've honestly become quite dependent on him now that you mention it. Yes, he's with me quite a lot.
Okay. Is there anything that we can do to help you? I mean, obviously, you have help, but
Though Lord Thaddeus is within, and he is tending to those who are here that lost loved ones in the blast, and he may be of some need, but we have this area well under control. Bjorn and I will be cleaning up, and I think we should be all right.
okay. I want to step away a little with them, and because they were with me, right, for all of that, so they heard all of that.
Yeah.
So guys, I mean, I did my best.
Pretty good.
So, I mean, it is a really nice automaton. I've never seen one quite like it. But she did say it was always with her, so maybe we should go inside.
Look for another one.
She said pretty much always.
She did. I wonder.
She said she was very reliant on it as well. And then there were issues. It's concerning.
But she said
Intriguing.
we should have asked
I don't think
her.
it's enough information to really figure out anything yet. Maybe we can just keep talking to anybody who brought one tonight.
It's a good idea. Can we look around and see if there's any others?
Yeah, there are some that are simpler. One just kind of resembles a small, like almost like a wagon, but it has kind of a bucket that is able to move and sort of like scoop and pick up things and kind of drop it behind into a larger sort of dump truck, if you will. And it's at the moment just currently on its own, going about scooping up rocks. And
Are there any other of the advanced ones?
no, the only one that you see, indeed, with the like bright red boots is the one with Lady Seraphina. So.
And I discreetly look it over, just see if I happen to see any kind of
Sure.
damage or scorch marks or.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oops.
Are we
They're
still
both,
stand?
They're both 5s, by the way. It didn't matter whether it was in the tray or off the tray.
Are we still standing nearby?
I think we've stepped away
That is a
little.
9.
Okay.
We're not
9.
like.
So you
I
don't
would
notice
also like to
anything
look back.
that stands out as damage or. This one looks honestly very, very clean, and even given the nature of the work that it's currently doing, yeah, there aren't any scratches or anything that you can notice. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just gonna say, if we realized that was the only one here,
Mm-hmm.
I would also like to try to kind of look at it and be like, okay, well, this is the only one. This is kind of
Yeah,
our chance.
go ahead and make a perception check.
It's nat 20.
A nat 20.
You try to like communicate with
The
it via the
only nat
squeaks of your
20
armor.
of the night.
And my perception is plus 6.
Okay. So,
Playing.
You look under its shoe and find some wolf
Says
gravel.
yeah,
Andy.
it's
Does Dante pronounce?
Dante.
Oh, what?
So, yeah, with a natural 20, like you see that
It's perfectly fine.
this is man, this is a very, very expensive piece of machinery. You aren't sure. You just kind of like are trying to you're trying to fathom like what something like this might cost, and you aren't sure that there is that amount of wealth in all of Bee Grove, where you come from, in this one item. You're
It's not what I'm looking for.
You're not sure if this is the construct that was described as leaving the scene earlier. But I'll say with the natural 20, you could easily pick out and differentiate this particular construct from any other of the same make, were you to see them separately.
Okay.
So you would immediately know that if you saw another one and it wasn't this one,
I can tell.
you would immediately know it.
Okay.
Because we're having this conversation kind of away, but kind of walking towards indoor. Can I like turn back to Lady Serafina and ask her a question?
Sure.
Lady Serafina,
Yes.
as you know, my father frowns upon the technology that you so clearly have.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm a little jealous. It's so pretty.
I mean, and I frown upon your father sending just his only daughter to come and clean up a wreck and not doing it himself. But you didn't hear that from me.
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Could you tell me, a little bit more about your atomic, like where you got him? Because I kind of want one, just like yours.
Oh, of course. Beyond is I believe he is referred to as a Model 4 Windkin. It's Windkind. The previous versions were designed for simple tasks. This one has the capability to interpret my commands and carry them out on my behalf. Bjorn is incredibly strong, dexterous, and honestly, there are times when I feel as though there is more compassion and intelligence behind those little globes, the eyes of whatever they are. But honestly, if you're interested in purchasing one, if your father is able to muster it, these are only 40,000 gold pieces.
Oh, that's nothing, absolutely. With that price point, I mean, it sounds like we would be in an elite club, you and I, that we would have the only two.
Indeed.
Have you seen anyone else with one like this?
To my knowledge, there were only a few that were built in this batch. Lord Thaddeus has one, of course, but he did not bring his along.
Okay, well, I think we're going to go find him and see how we can help.
What do they do?
Wonderful.
Oh. Before I walk away, I guess.
A bird lands on
He
your shoulder.
pulls me backwards, is like, yeah. Oh, sorry,
Is this your friend?
He is. He's visiting from out of town, and he also admires your beautiful piece of machinery.
And she kind of gives you a look. Well, if you'd like to take a closer look, Bjorn, please. And he kind of calls him over, and he just like stands at attention right before you.
And I just start just looking him over and inspecting all these different things and just oohing and awing and.
You can either make an investigation or Arcana check.
Some iRobot shit. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Scene fleeing the scene.
I'm sorry, what were the two things you said I could do? Investigation?
Investigation
You
or
know what
Arcana.
I was watching.
That's
Human
it.
existence.
Oh, yeah, then.
11. A lot of this is difficult to sort of interpret, but you can definitely see very complicated combinations of arcane runes scribed all throughout the metalwork in this. The material that it's made of itself, you're not sure. There's a mix of some gold and another more lighter, almost silver-like material that you can't really, you're not really sure like, exactly what this is. You think could be either mithril or could be platinum, something. But you are, beyond that, not really certain how this works. But the closer you get, you do notice that between the sort of like plated form that makes up this automaton, you can see there is a bright purple glow that sort of like hums within, and you can hear like a whirring as you get closer to it.
This glow, is that like its power source?
It's I believe it's the heart of it, if that's what you're asking. It works something like that, keeping it moving.
Is it just indefinite, or does this thing have to like rest and
yes, he
charge, or does he
each
have to
night
go
he
back to the guild and be
Oh no, of course not.
juiced up? I don't know.
He does rest.
Juiced up?
Juiced up.
Is he juicing? Or?
He's got that pink drink.
God.
Pepto-Bismol.
Horrible.
No free ads.
Jeez, Liz.
Jinx.
Make it go away.
But yeah, Lady Seraphina says he does have to take a rest each evening. He remains aware and alert, but he does need time to be motionless.
Has he ever just left on his own outside of during that downtime? Like, what if they're not with you? What are they doing?
So far, no. He's either with me or not. He's resting. He rests when I rest.
Unless you send him on
It's incredible.
a task.
I haven't used him in that capacity yet. I've only had him with me and, grocery shopping, things like that.
Is he usually in sight when he's resting?
No. I leave him in the parlor, and I go to my bedroom.
Oh, that's convenient.
Wow.
I want one.
Sounds pretty nice. I'm definitely going to have to look into it.
I think we should go check in with Lord Thaddeus.
I agree.
Okay.
It's nice to meet
Thank
you,
you.
lady.
Oh, you as well.
Yes.
and
I'm so sorry.
I didn't catch
Lady
either of your
Seraphina.
names.
I just been in the background.
Sorry.
These are my two companions that are visiting from afar.
Poppy Guinness, and I'll give my curtsy.
Oh, how quaint, wonderful.
And I'm Azariah.
That's right, wonderful. Well, thank you. I do thank you for your generous giving of your time during your travel to our city.
And we thank you for your time and allowing me to ogle your robot.
Of course.
Fourth wall. Ogle your automaton's V.
Of course, anytime.
We have to go.
Leave. Break it down.
Thank you,
It's just
Lady
gonna keep showing
Seraphina.
up.
We're going to start walking towards the...
Most welcome. All right, beyond,
like-
back to it.
I think that we should ask Thaddeus why his automaton isn't here.
I agree. I was thinking the same thing.
Let's do it.
Go for it.
Also, that lady gave me bad vibes.
Oh, I think she's harmless.
I think she's harmless. I think she just
She-
has too much money.
She gave you bad vibes, but Dante just,
What now?
got your
You
motor
did
running.
What now?
No, I think he's ambiguous.
By the way.
You said he was cute.
Yeah. I can think somebody's cute and evil.
Well, that's fine.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah. It's
Poppy likes the bad
compartmentalized.
boys.
Yeah.
It's
Can
compartmentalized.
I,
Just like I can think somebody's
look at
ugly and good.
her, and since even though I know her, can I look at her and see, like, know if she's evil or good? Since I have that.
So you are. So this is an extension of your.
6 minutes. What is he gonna do?
Why'd the
You don't
atmosphere
know.
change?
I know.
I thought
He's
I
scaring
thought we're
us.
still
I think that's a
outside.
question
You
for
wanna know why?
the DM.
So this is essentially how your ability works. You are able to detect the presence of
Oh, yes.
celestial fiend undead within 60 feet. So you can.
That's crazy.
And she gets her own like aura and
That's
like
lit. That's lit.
Yeah. So
literally.
So I guess I want to do that
okay.
in this area, I guess.
So in this area, you don't pick up on anything that registers as celestial, fiend, fae, or undead. But to that note, as you all were having that conversation in the tavern, or in the inn, there were a couple of moments that you recall sort of feeling a very subdued fae presence, and as you are sort of like calling upon this innately, or I guess more intentionally, you're sort of reminded of that feeling and think back to that moment. And yeah,
Can they see me use this power? Or is it just more of like an internal?
I'd say it's more internal. You don't like,
I don't like
wash out this like
Yeah.
glowing power, and you're
I'm just
like,
making sure.
Yeah.
I'm just
Like
making
a
sure.
giant orb.
yeah.
Like, nice to meet you. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, do
Okay,
not.
I want to keep all that information to myself for now.
Yeah, I'd say it's much more subtle. It is a sort of like a dilation of your pupil, and then like the slightest intensity of glow in your eyes. That's it.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are walking up to Thaddeus.
Yes.
As you approach, you hear that he is currently having a conversation with Shim, who is now sitting on like what is left of a bar stool, and he has his hand on his shoulder. And Shim, do not worry. We will find the persons responsible for this, and your friends' deaths will not go unpunished. He gives them a hug, and he turns, and as he notices you, Lady Arcadia, I'm very glad to see that you're here. I was concerned that once the party was cancelled, that your father might see it as an opportunity to avoid the inner social workings. But thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Lord Thaddeus, thank you for bringing us all here to help. It's very important to my father that we are here to help, and so he sent me in his stead.
Nice to meet you.
Oh,
The
and who are these friends that you've brought?
Poppy Guinness.
Poppy Guinness. Wonderful to meet you. And you are?
You can call me Azariah.
Azariah. Well, Azariah, Poppy, I'm glad that you're here to help. There is much work to do, and I fear that there is far too few hands. The Laughing Dragon is a staple in the city of Arendor, and I can't stomach to see it lying in waste for another moment is needed.
Seems like your city, both of your city, everybody's shown up to help. We just met someone with even an automaton here to help.
Oh, yes. Lady Serafina. She's
What a useful tool.
quite extravagant.
What'd you call him?
Lord, I see you comforting Shim. As you know, I'm pretty close with him and his kind.
Yes.
Is he doing all right?
I think he is going to be all right. I've offered Shim a few nights to stay at my estate to allow him to recover, and hopefully that will help ease some of his pain.
That was really kind of you. My companions are here to help me help you.
I appreciate that. And as he finishes that statement, he starts to sort of like look past all of you over your shoulder, and As you turn, you see that there is a rather tall individual with very long mess of white hair and a long kind of wispy white beard, and he is wearing just sort of a set of ratty robes, and basically empty-handed. But as he walks up, he begins to look at the building and then starts to mutter to himself, and all of you watch as the rubble that's on the ground begins to kind of quiver, and it quickly picks up into this swirling whirlwind, not harming anyone but collecting itself. And then you watch as some of the bricks and the stone start to take their place back on the building. The glass from the street begins to be pulled inward up towards its correct place, and you hear Thaddeus say, "Ah, looks like Lord Marley decided to show up." And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
It's cool they learned mending. You son of a bitch!